message for Fernando Gonzalez. Buddy, I told you to not touch my stuff, didn't I? I told you this dozens and dozens of times. I cut you so many breaks on this. It's not even funny. On trying to give you an opportunity not to get caught up in this nightmare which you're about to get in. Let me explain something to you. 100% you're done on so many levels. It's not funny. So, got to talking to a few friends of mine, so I gotta go take care of some business today. I gotta reach out to some people and explain the situation. That cube that you took upon yourself to use as your 3D printing business, as you speak, is 2D material. It's our stuff at the end of the day. I'm not joking with you, Fernando. At the end of this month, I got meeting up with some people. We're going to start the process. We got to go through FBI first because the police aren't going to handle this. It's a federal case now. So we go through FBI. We're going to take all your information, compile it into a folder. We got your stuff already there already. We got between Allentown Police. We're going to get your stuff over there, talk to some agents, get that ball started. When I'm done with them, I'll be contacting immigration about this whole mess because the FBI will be behind us on this. So we can talk to them first and then integrate with them. Next, right over to the courts. That's where we're going at. Going to file right against you. We know where you live at, your address, all that good stuff at the end of the day. So you will have federal agents at your door. I'm not playing around with you, buddy. You're coming here. You're going to jail. I'm not joking with you on this. I know we try to give you breaks. This is no breaks. We went you as hard as we possibly can, buddy. It's over. We're coming for you. I told you not to touch the stuff we have on our pages. Not to touch that cube. That cube is 2D artwork. Look it up for yourself. It's registered on the United States government. It is a copyright you tampered with. Talked to a few friends of mine. They looked over it. They said, go get you. Go get you. Go get them. So we're coming for you now. So you can talk all the trash you want at the end of the day. I guarantee you, I'm going to have somebody beating on that door to come bring you out of there and put you in handcuffs. I told you not to touch our stuff, didn't I? Now we have proof of evidence. We had a process server come to your front door because of the same incident, that you've been running an illegal operation out of the apartment, as in printing serious materials brought from by companies. I mean, not only will you have a habit of stealing people's stuff, but you ran a business and made money off of it. You're in a lot of trouble, buddy. Anybody was involved in this mess, I would advise you give the stuff back as fast as you possibly can, because they're going to go through everybody with a fine-tooth comb. Anyone who made comments, all that stuff, you're now going to be in that situation. So I would advise you start separating yourself as fast as you possibly can. But as for you, Mr. Fernando, I'm going to sue the daylights out of you. And when I get done with you, I'm not even finished. That landlord of yours at the end of the day who allowed that nonsense to go down, I'm going to literally take that building from him. I'm suing him for millions of dollars when we get done with him. He let you come here. That's going to be even worse. He let you come here, first of all, and you're undocumented. You don't have an official, what you call it, lease to be in that building. You don't have a lease. And you came here and you committed those kinds of crimes at the end of the day. Do you have any idea how much trouble he's in? The people who hired you, who gave you the job, they're going to get in trouble at the end of the day. They got a lot of something about to hit their door. So the federal agents are not going to be involved in this. You see that, what you read? You read at the bottom, what we posted at the bottom. That's what he's about to go through. It's a fact. And you're willfully, which is even the most dangerous thing when it comes to copyrights. Because you get hit with the willfully, that means you intentionally knew what you were doing 100%. So deleting your Facebook page, not going to help you. Deleting your YouTube account, not going to help you. We have so much evidence, it's not even funny. It's over, you're done. And you know they're going to contact. They're going to contact the ICE unit. You're all in it. You're all in there. We got reports on you right through them. All that's going to be submitted. So we can get ready to get our folder, everything ready. Monday morning, we start getting this taken care of. Before I get anything done, we'll get him taken care of first. Yeah, I talked to my buddies. They're like, oh, heck yeah, go get him. Go get him. Go get him. So we'll see you soon. Touch that cube at the end of the day. You thought at the end of the day by just touching that cube, because it didn't have our company's name on it, would basically allow you to go under the radar. How dumb are you at the end of the day? I got to ask that question. The cube is copyrighted. It's a 2D artwork. It's copyrighted, which means if you touch that cube at the end of the day, we can sue the daylights out of you. That's the artwork I submitted to the Copyrights Board when I basically went in to get the information on how to protect that piece of artwork. You can't be that dumb, but apparently you are. Fernando, the nightmare that you're about to cause for your family and friends, it's going to be unfreaking believable. And once an ICE unit, any one of those guys get involved in this, they may go through your entire family. Because they're going to know who else is undocumented. This is a nightmare you triggered off. You ran all you want on your channel. Don't make a difference. We're coming for you. And either you're going to come here or they're going to bring you here. One way or another, it's going to happen. So I got to fill out some documents. I got to contact FBI first because this is their matter at the end of the day because it is federal. Once we get a meeting with them and sit down with them, but I do want to go to Allentown Police Department and I do want to file a charge on this. So we have that there for the courts. But I am going to go to FBI. Once I get FBI and I get a incident report number from them, I'm contacting immigration, I'm contacting Homeland Security, and we're going to give them all that information, including the fact that you were ripping off these companies. Jamie, you have to understand the big picture about this. We're not just reporting the fact that you touched a cube. We're reporting the fact that you have been running an illegal operation out of your apartment, and you've been basically violating trademarks, patents, and copyrights from major companies. Major companies. So I'm not the only one you got to deal with. You're going to have to deal with these corporation lawyers at the end of the day. That Disney's going to send down lawyers, who's involved in that nonsense he actually hit at the end of the day. Each one of those people you have on the table, they have big attorneys underneath their names. And each one of those people on this table are going to come get you. So you see how big the scope is on this? It's really big. This is going to be really big. You're going to have so many agents at that apartment. They're going to think they're shooting a movie over there. And your landlord is going to get hit with all this, some of this stuff too on top of that because, number one, you don't have a lease. On top of that, the perjury with the LLC, all that's going to come up, post office, the terroristic threats, all that stuff. You got like something like 21 something charges we have on you over here in Allentown for basically all these crimes you were committing. All that's going to come out. But you know, the one thing that basically lit and caused the entire explosion, the cube did. Because you went in, and you can't get any more done. When I was explaining to my friends, they could not stop laughing. They're like, is he retarded? Sorry to bring that up, but they really think something's wrong with you. They swear something's wrong with you. Because you can't be that dumb. But apparently, you're not dumb, Jamie. You're what we call bold. Bold is dangerous, extremely dangerous. Bold can get you in a lot of trouble. And that's what you did. You literally stole and took the cube and literally put your 3D business on a piece of material that was protected by the United States government, which is our copyrights. It doesn't make a difference if her name is not there. You're in a 2D artwork. That's what that thing is. The cube is a 2D artwork. So you took that and used that for your own benefits. And not only did you put it on something at the end of the day that's protected by the United States government, but you used it to basically go in and rip off hundreds of companies making their items and profiting and making money off of them without paying them a dime. That's called stealing. And that's what you did. And we have you in videos of going into storage units, showing boxes and boxes of stolen merchandise. We have you carting stolen merchandise with your sister, because she's now involved in this mess, at different kinds of events, selling stolen merchandise to people. We even have one picture, clearly shows a receipt sitting there on the table, showing that you were selling these items. Right there on the table, we have a picture blown up, shows a receipt where you're making money. Where you're bragging about the different machines that you're buying, that you're loading up in an apartment. Zoning will be involved in this. Code enforcement will be involved in this. Even fire marshals have to be involved in this, because what went on in the apartment could be possibly, to a point, unlivable, because they're going to have to clean that apartment. This is bad. And then you have to have an environmental group that has to come in there, because who knows how much of stuff you might have dumped down the sink or down the toilet. So they're going to have to go, and the landlord's going to get hit heavy with all these fines because of this. What are you going to get mad about them today? Mad at me? You touch my copyrights. What do you think it was going to do to you? So we have a cease and desist order that we can show the judge that we sent to you, warning you to stay away, and you continue to touch it. Okay, you even forgot about that, didn't you? We can show that you use your brother's address, because I have your entire family, all your information about where your family lives at, because it comes up on your white pages. We have to look hard for it. That serial number that you have connected to your LLC brings up your entire family, your phone numbers, all that brings all that up. We have a printout sheet of it. So that will be showed in court, because we have to show that the 317 Kern Street was not your address, it was your brother's address. So now he's going to be involved in this mess. And you know who's involved in this. Immigration's going to be involved in this. You did a fantastic job, man, wrecking your life. You don't get mad at them today. You get mad at me and think, all right, do more dumb stuff. I told you, everything's being documented. Everything you do right now, you're under a magnifying glass. There's somebody recording and documenting everything you're doing right now. You pop up on social media, they're there too, watching you, recording and documenting everything that comes out of your mouth. We'll see you in court, Fernando. I guarantee you this, you're never coming back to California ever again. You're never coming back ever again. I guarantee you that where you're going at the end of the day, that no one will know where you're at anymore. You're leaving the country. I told you, you're leaving. So you're bold enough to touch my cube at the end of the day and think that you're going to use that for your illegal printing company. Not that, you slandered our cube by involving it into some form of criminal activity. That's what you did. So you got lawsuits coming your way. That collection you have in your house, my lawyers are going to clean your clock. You owe me millions of dollars. I mean millions and millions of dollars. I'm taking it out of somebody. So that collection you got is mine. Anything you have in that house is mine. And when I get done suing your landlord, bro, he better have enough money to cover those lawsuits. If not, that building comes with it. That's the mess you got yourself into. And we can also show that at the end of the day that you deleted your page, trying to hide evidence. Because right in the middle of that conversation in the live stream, you deleted the page. Why would you delete the page if you had nothing to hide? Information we put in, you say, oh, because I was being harassed. No, the information we put on your page is true. That's the same information that we put on your page when used against you in court. So how could it be a lie when you use it in court? Also showing you ran a screen paint scam business where you ripped off hundreds of your customers. And those people who received those stolen items, they go to jail. They can get up to 20 years for receiving stolen items from you. But they can also honestly say at the end of the day that, hey, I didn't know about the stolen items, because some people really don't know. If they're counterfeit or not, they don't know. Later on, they'll probably find out. But if they do find out, they're going to ask the question at the end of the day that, why didn't you report it? So the worst thing about those customers at the end of the day for you, Fernando, is they can turn witness against you. Now, if you were going around selling some kind of printed up forgery receipt claiming that they were authentic items and they weren't, and anyone that can sit there and say at the end of the day that, hey, look, I didn't even know. I saw a guy selling something. I just bought it from them. That's all I did. They'll have to return the item. Now, the sad thing about it is they're not getting their money back because it was stolen property. They could sue you and try to get the money out, but what's the point of that? So, yeah, they bought that stuff. They're going to return everything, and then they're going to basically probably pay a fine at the end of the day, which is going to be a hefty one because it's still stolen items at the end of the day. So that $500 they probably paid you, they're going to pay a lot more than that. These fines can be $2,500. They're quite hefty. So, yeah, they're going to lose a lot of money out of this. Okay, well, if you don't believe me about my cube at the end of the day, you can look up my my copyrights. You look it up where my registration comes up. It says it's 2D artwork right there. You can see it right there. And it's a cube. Belongs to us. And Fernando, I'll see you in court. And by the way, I told you, you owe me millions of dollars. I mean, millions of dollars. You have no way to pay this money up. But whatever you have in that collection, I'll just take it all. Sell everything from there. Processor will be coming to your front door soon, so you know that. So get ready for it. If your wife comes to the door, she'll be served. Your kids come to the door, they will be served. Let's say pre-adults now. They're probably about 18, 19, and so forth. They'll be served. Anyone who walks out of that apartment gets served. Your wife goes to a church, they're directed to go in a church and go get her. She's in a hospital, they'll go get her there too. Anywhere she steps foot out of that building, they're directed to go get them. Anywhere. You go to your family's house, they will be there. I got a really good one, this one. These guys, and they will serve anybody anyway. They don't care. They say, they'll get you at a funeral. Don't make a difference. And they're from the courts, so they have their little badges and stuff, just to let you know. You know how it works at the end of the day. When a guy came to the door, this time it won't be no bringing your wife to the door. That won't work at all, because they'll serve her too. What are you going to do? Just let them beat on the door and basically don't answer the door? You got to leave out of there sooner or later. So I don't know what you're going to do. And they can get through that gate, or they can contact your landlord and let them know why they're there. Because it's going to get out. Your neighbor's going to hear them beating on that door, and they're going to contact the landlord and say, hey, look, apartment E is having some issues. There's the process server beating on that door. Now, Maya, I'm pretty sure that the landlord told you at the end of the day not to get in any kind of trouble because you are undocumented and you don't have a lease. And if you do have one, it's fake. We know that. That's a lot of trouble. A fake lease can get you a lot of trouble. Can't do that. He can lose his realtor's license for that. So something's going to have to give. Usually, Fernando, in these situations like this, I let these things go. I drag my feet. I do. I honestly drag my feet in these situations. This time, I guarantee it's not going to happen. This time, I guarantee you that I'm going to get ready to get all your paperwork, everything together, and I guarantee you that I'm going to have someone notify you very soon about your situation. I will make sure when I meet with the FBI that any agency that we touch base with will have the form we filled out, document filled out with immigration about you. Every single one will have the document. I kind of dragged my feet with the FBI. I did. I admit, I dragged my feet with it. I could have went in and I could have gave them that document easy. You don't learn. I told you the other day, you don't learn. I warned you multiple times you don't learn. So taking my cube and using it without my permission, that just shows me at the end of the day, Fernando, whatever we try to do to help you out, you don't want it. So if you don't want it, no problem. I'm going to take care of you. Let me see. National Terrorist Advisory System. And I will be seeing your landlord soon, because he's going to reach out to us. Definitely. Yeah, so the other ones involved thinking, man, I'm glad that's not me. Oh, do not pump those brakes so quickly. You're involved in this. You knew this guy. You did business with this guy at the end of the day. So by association, you can also be charged by association. And then we got other charges against you guys at the end of the day. This is going to light the fire. And then you're behind at the end of the day because you knew this guy and the amount of trouble he's in. I'm going to make sure that your name is always mentioned, that you guys know each other and the work and business you guys been doing with each other. It's not going to solve Jamie from you too. And I'm pretty sure Jamie's going to snitch like a canary. And he's going to basically throw you guys under a bus because he's not going to take that hit standing up. There's no way in the world he's going to be sitting there and lock up going through all this and you guys are going to be out free as a bird. Not going to happen. So your name's going to come up. Okay, I'm going to get all this stuff together. U.S. Immigration and Custom Enforcement. That's who we had to reach out to. For you, Fernando. It's really easy. It's always easy. Some guys don't know nothing at all. Give you opportunity. You don't take it, do you? Okay, we got to file another form. So I got to file 2 forms. One with immigration. Before we do immigration, I want to make sure we contact FBI first. And we start from there. Now, mind you, when we go with FBI, it'll be for the cube. It'll be, of course, it's our copyrights. And it'll also to be the form we're filing against you for the trademark. And we have plenty of pictures and videos of you basically selling and printing out these items in that apartment. And those dockets will all be sent down to zoning in your neck of the woods, because now they're going to need to have all that. Process server file LLC. Okay, this is why it's for the process server. So I may be reaching back out again with them today. Don't touch my cube. And try to link my company with some illegal scamming nonsense. You've lost your mind at the end of the day. Fernando, you know this guy posted to your door, right? That's the process server right there. You don't play around with this stuff at the end of the day. You don't link my cube to some freaking pirate scamming. No, you're not today. You won't. I'll make sure you're taken care of. So get ready for the knock at the door because it's coming. Cost me $100 to file. That's what it's going to cost me. You get all that taken care of. I got all your information. I know where you live at. You're not going anywhere. I know that for one thing. Can't go to a family member's house. We got all their information too also. So you won't be going there either. Keep in mind, the information about your family is public domain. It's everywhere. Anyone can find them. Anyone. Because of your LLC. It's what dug them up. Their phone numbers, addresses, everything is there. Hopefully your sister doesn't lose her vending license, but it's a good chances are with the scope of the stuff this guy was doing, she probably will lose it. It was a shame because it seems like a really nice person. So Jimmy, what I'm doing right now is I'm getting all your stuff together right now so you can start printing everything out, get a nice little folder on you, and begin the process of contacting these agencies on Monday to get you started. Trade and violation. Okay, we got to contact. So we got to actually fill out the form again, another form again. That's 4 forms we have again. So they'll update our file, and then I have to call someone and talk to them directly, so I can give them the information. I'm pretty sure they're going to give me an email, so I can send out all the information on you, your videos and stuff. So you see, in deleting channels left and right, right? Yeah. So this YouTube channel will disappear. Let me see. Certification, liability insurance. I already have this in me. That's for my license. Oh, yeah, license too. Operating a business without a business license. That's another problem you have at the end of the day. Ooh. So look, man, coming to my channel and acting up, he just likes stuff now. You're afraid to do something because you know you're being watched. But come to my channel and it's not going to help you, man. You don't understand the situation you're in. This is not going to help you. Jamie, we literally have enough evidence on you to bury you under a prison right now. There's nothing you can do to save yourself right now. Go call the police. Go ahead. Call the police. Go to Baldwin Police Department, Baldwin Park. Call the police on me and say, hey, there's a guy over on YouTube saying he's going to throw me in jail for the rest of my life. And they're going to ask you, what did you do for him to make that statement? What are you going to tell him? What are you going to tell him? Oh, he said on YouTube that I went out and I counterfeited and sold stolen trademark merchandise. What are you going to tell him? You're going to say, well, is it true? What are you going to say? No? No, we got those videos and stuff. You're going to say no? That's not going to work. Oh, he's saying that I touched his copyrights. Did you touch his copyrights? What are you going to say? No? We have evidence you touched copyrights multiple times. There's so much of it that we had a process server at your front door. He said he's going to send a process server to my front door. First thing I was going to ask you, what did you do for him to have a process server come to your front door? Because even an officer of the law knows that anytime a process server shows up at your front door, there's enough evidence to convict you. You're just going to tell yourself at the end of the day. Oh, he said he's going to contact code enforcement officers on me. Well, why would he do that at the end of the day? What are you doing? You call someone to call. There you go. You're going to get yourself into more trouble because now we got you showing off multiple printing machines and bragging about these machines you're setting up in your apartment. He says he's going to get me in trouble because he says I don't have a license to do business in the state of California. What type of business were you doing? See, these are questions the cops are going to ask you. So either way, anything you say to them, you can't really say anything because it'll get you thrown in jail. So if that's the case, then what would that make you? A criminal. So that means everything I just said and everything I just posted is legit. Because the same thing we posted against you, Fernando, is the same thing we're going to file against you on Monday. Here we go. Crystal Edge Technology Screens. You see that, Fernando? You see right there? That's my registration number with the government. Yeah. Hey, I want you to look at this, dum-dum. See what that says right there? Author creation. See what it says, Kenneth Bird? What does it say right there? 2D artwork. You screwed up big time. See you in court. Can't use my freaking cube. You lost your freaking mind. You get sued for that. It's a 2D artwork. That's my design. So you took that and put 3D on the side, so which means you defaced my work at the end of the day, and then you involved my cube for my company involved in some 3D printing counterfeiting scam on your freaking in your apartment. So yeah, you're going to go to jail. And I guarantee you, Fernando, when I get done with you, you're going to regret the day that you ever bumped into me on a YouTube channel. And this is a little example for what we do to him. For the rest of you trolls out there, if we find your videos. If I find your stuff, if I find anything on there that says anything, I got you on a video recording, I guarantee you 100% that don't get attached to your stuff at the end of the day. I will strip your apartment, your home clean. I will take everything from you that I possibly can take to the extent of the law. So, don't play with me at the end of the day. I'm going to get rich off you jokers. So talk trash. I have no problem with taking you to court, drag you in and out of court, crying and whining. And if we find anything else on you involved criminal, I'll file a criminal charge against you too and snatch your freedom from you. You don't want that. Oh, this is what I was looking for. Yeah. Those of you mad, what you mad about? What are you angry about? You angry about because you thought I was a pushover at the end of the day, that you could get away and do whatever you want? That's what you thought at the end of the day. I'm going to make sure that everyone we take to court, that your business that happens in that courtroom is public domain. We'll build a website. We'll post your court hearings everywhere. I want people to read what happens here. When you cry in there, it's going to be posted. You beg in there, it'll be posted. Anything you say is recorded. Yeah, but getting back to Jamie, this is going to be fun, Jamie. I'm going to enjoy every minute of this. I am. You're too bold, man. You think you can do whatever you want to do. Well, that's the end of it. I want you to realize when this camera goes off, your life has just now, it's over. You understand me? You have no future. It's gone. Monday morning, we get it all taken care of. And as you can see by my document here, this is a real copyright. Right here. That's my real registration. Any lawyer, get a lawyer to look that up. Go ahead, get a lawyer, look it up. See what it comes up underneath of. See you in court. You don't have my money. You better come close to having my money. I'm going to take everything out of your apartment. I'm going to strip that place clean. I'll even take your pets. You keep on playing around with me. I don't even know how it's going to work. Who's going to take care of your pets, by the way, when you're gone? Because I guess it'll be your kids. So all that'll fall upon your kids. Your wife won't be there, I guarantee you. I don't think she has paperwork. I really don't. She met her here. But they'll get to the bottom of all that. Because you have to go through all that, don't you, right? Yes, you do. See that cube? That's mine. You put down my new logo, right? This is on your page, right? There you go. Now, Jamie will take this as triggered. No, Jamie, it's called basically catching someone and busting them. That's what it's called. I got so much information on you, it's not even funny. Transcripts from your website, all kinds of stuff. You're using the cube over and over again without permission. Now you're trying to link my business to a 3D printing company for basically ripping off and stealing from companies? If I find out, I'm pretty sure your wife knew about this, so I'll be filing a lawsuit against her too also. So I'll get her first and last name. That shouldn't be hard to do. To let her know that we're suing her. Ugh. My friends were cracking up. They were like, he cannot be that dumb. Apparently he is. I hope people would be a lot more smarter than that. Looking for that copyright. That is a copyright. Where's my other one? He's got 2 copyrights he touched. Here we go. Your information, your address. There we go. State of California right there. That's where you put your registry at, right? And right there's your address, apartment E. That's exactly where the process server hit you the first time. That right there is his document. We had to get off a PC, off a computer, state of California, Secretary, Office of Secretary and State. So this is where we got it from. So you're saying I'm doxing your address. No, it's not doxing your address, Jamie. This is basically your document from your file. Right there. That's your file right there. All right, so I got my copy right here. This is what I need. I'm going to take that and send that picture over to my Facebook account and get a printout of that cube. Where's my phone at, too? Look out. Oh. Easy. Man. I'm disgusting. How am I disgusting? You're the one that's basically voted for a pedophile. Don't get mad at me at the end of the day. That's you. You're the one voted for that joker at the end of the day. That is all you at the end of the day. See, that's what I mean. Backwards people at the end of the day. They don't get mad at me today. That's y'all. Y'all voted for him. I tell them I sit there and they put a survey down that they think Trump is the best president of all time. And these dummies coming to me, oh yes, at the end of the day. So I put down what I thought at the end of the day. Hey, y'all support that nonsense, that Epstein file and all that crap that went down there? It is what it is. And they're getting mad to me, it's disgusting. Yeah, it's disgusting, but that's what you supported. That's what you voted in. All right then. And you know what? Don't sit there when something hits the fan and then run and cry and go, oh, I got nothing to do with it. But when you're going to be voting on this guy, you're going to support him, it is what it is. Yeah, I speak my mind on there. I told them exactly what the freaking MAG supporters at the end of the day talking about, oh, he's the best president in the world. Oh, then I guess you support that too. Don't get mad at me at the end of the day. You supported that nonsense. How much more clear can you get at the end of the day? That's y'all. I supported that nonsense. I never seen anybody, for a person supposed to be innocent, I never seen an innocent person fight so hard to keep something from coming up. If anything, you'd be the person like, oh yeah, pull the file. I don't care, I'm not even on it. Because that's the first thing I would say. If I'm not on it, yeah, pull the file. I'm not on it. Go ahead and knock yourself out. Here you go. Here you go. I fight so hard to give you information that's going to basically make me look like I'm not on it. There you go. All right. I don't want to complain about it. Don't let me get in there and get on y'all about that. People in denial. Y'all kill me at the end of the day. Y'all the funniest people on the face of the planet. Jamie, it's not the money I want. You don't have anything that I want anyway. It's your time. That's what I want. Not your money. It's your time. I'm suing you because I'm going to sue you anyway. I'm just going to take all your stuff from you. That's just part of the deal. But I want your time. It's time that I want. Time is more important than money. Money you can always get again. Time you can't get back. Once that time is spent, it's gone. I was wondering for the printing papers right there. It's gone. You can never get that back. Time is more important than money. And that's what I want. I want your time. Which means I can get 60, 70, 80 years or indefinitely. I'm happy with that. And touching that copyright alone, it's going to cost you some time right there alone. Oh, we needed this right here. This is what we needed. Yeah. The Frankenstein. I got your receipts. I'm going to print out a new one, but this is your receipt on the Frankenstein mix. It even got you in a video claiming to be your product, Frankenstein, which means you used the name that belongs to Universal Studios and made money off them and didn't pay them a red cent. And I got you in a video saying my screen paint mix of Frankenstein. I also got you in a video where you said moving on to bigger and better things, that you were going to be getting a 3D printing business. You remember saying that? Well, there's no point in deleting that video. I got a copy of that one too. This guy deletes stuff left and right. Got his face on the receipt. Okay, cool. So you can do whatever you want, Fernando. Whatever you feel to float your boat at the end of the day that you feel is going to bring you some, I don't know, I don't know what you would call it, but I'm telling you from the door, you're going to jail. You will be here in Pennsylvania. You will see my face, and I guarantee at the end of the day, the last time you see my face will be the last time you will ever be able to see your family, friends, and whatever ever again. You will spend the rest of your life in a maximum security prison system. That's where you're going. And I guarantee once all these other companies are contacted, and they will be contacted on this mess at the end of the day, and they're going to want your head on a platter. Especially Nintendo. You know, Nintendo doesn't play around that kind of stuff. Nintendo will have your head on a platter. And these are law enforcement agencies that probably have to reach out to them and contact, let them know we have an individual here who has your merchandise, your stolen merchandise because we're selling it. Imagine Marvel. That's going to get out everywhere. Hey, my peoples. I'll call him back later. Quite later. There we go. The cube. I can't believe you were dumb enough to touch that thing. After all we let you go through, we gave you opportunity, and you touched the cube with that bold. That's the biggest mistake you made. When you're sitting in that prison cell, right, for the rest of your life, I want you to remember something. Remember the cube. That was your downfall right there. I mean, you're going in either way, but that's but the process up for you. You were going to, sooner or later, they were going to pop up, they're going to lock him up sooner or later. It was going to happen, regardless. But I told you, anything you do is speed the process up. Fernando, let me explain something to you real quick, all right? The whole copyright thing you did with the trademark and stealing people's stuff, I didn't report it yet. I've been stacking documents on you, getting ready, because we want to go in with everything we have. But now, we can go in there and show not only were you basically counterfeiting and stealing from other companies, but you even took our stuff again and was using our logo over whatever that 3D thing was to make a company using our copyrighted material to design a company to steal trademarks and sell their merchandise. You know how bad that looks at the end of the day? That gives us amazing leverage against you. We got it already, but still amazing leverage. And then add that with a process server that came to your door. You know what that means when a process server came? I can explain it to you. That means there's enough evidence to convict you. That's why he's there. So the CCB felt that there was enough evidence to have a process server serve you. And the judge sits there and says, well, what did you let it go for? Because we try to give him an opportunity. We try to give him a way out. This is even worse for you when we say that, make that statement, because we try to give you a way out of this situation and you refused it. That makes it far worse for you. You know that, right? Then we had a lawyer contact him with a deceased number, the deceased, just to back down. Did he back down? No, he did not. He kept on going. See how bad this is getting for you? And this led to him actually touching our copyrights, both of them, the Black Series Edition and the Crystal Edge. And then from there, not only touching our stuff, he was basically making money off Universal Studios Frankenstein. We have receipts with his face on it, showing that he was profiting off their name and not paying them 1 cent. We even have in the video making statements that his product, Frankenstein, that he was selling. Got you there. You know what happened? Oh, from there, he started this 3D printing business and he started ripping off companies. And we got videos of his face on camera talking about where to come and buy the products. Showing pictures of customers holding stolen merchandise. And when I asked you at the end of the day, did you get permission from any of these companies to sell these items? Now, before it gets to that, Jamie, you'll get a chance to meet the attorneys of these companies because they're going to be there. You're sure they're going to pop up. Each one of them is a count. You're going to count 1, count 2, count 3, count 4. Counterfeiting, which means you fall in the line of willfully. You read that thing at the bottom? Yeah, that's where you stand at. I got to ask. I just got to know. I'm going to ask you this question when I see you. What made you think you were going to get away with it? You literally went on YouTube with it. I mean, you went on YouTube and you printed out trademark material and went to places to sell it. You actually, that's like somebody robbing a bank and they're giving you a tutorial how to rob a bank. Like they show you the drills to use, type of weapons you're going to be using, the getaway vehicle, everything down to the nitty gritty. And where we're going to stash it at, where we're going to go on vacation in, and who we're going to get the laundry, the money. I mean, it's everything out there on YouTube. And then they record themselves on live cam robbing the bank. That's all that evidence right there. That's literally what you did. You showed yourself on camera buying multiple machines and printing out items, licensed items next to these machines. And then talk about the people you were selling them to and where to come buy this stolen merchandise from with your face on camera. And say I'm running a business. And not only that, you got inventory. You showed storage unit where you went in and you basically stockpiled licensed material. How bad does that sound right now? I told a friend of mine, he said, you've got to be kidding me, that can't be real. I said, no one can't be that dumb. I said, but there is. I showed him the pictures and videos, like, oh my goodness. I said, yeah. So this guy's gonna die in the prison system. You're gonna be there that long. You're gonna grow and die in the prison system. I'm not saying to be rude, you're gonna be going there for a long time, man. And then you got, it's different if you basically rip off one company, you ripped off multiple companies. They're gonna bring lawyers in on this mess. It's gonna make our stuff look like a freaking a Boy Scout bonfire compared to the bonfire they're about to lay on you. You ever seen the Tower Inferno and the Hindenburg? You're those two combined together, including an active volcano. And maybe the depths of hell. That's how bad your situation is. It's really bad. There's just no attorney will touch your case with a 10-foot pole. Gee whiz. He reminds me of Bugs Bunny. When Bugs Bunny sat there and got upset because they said the hare was the least dangerous animal on the planet, and he's the least dangerous. Like, oh heck no. And he went out and committed all these insane crimes, and then at the end he had the army, the air force, everybody was attacking him. He said, oh, I think I went too far. Remember that cartoon? Remember that part of the cartoon? That's really what you did. I haven't gone to the FBI yet, man. I've been piling stuff on you. That's what I've been doing. But what I just saw right there with that cube, that's it. That's the only thing we needed left. Showing that not only did you attack my company, but you have a history of doing this. You're a career criminal. You have a history of doing it. That's the whole purpose when you go to court. They try to paint a picture that you are a career criminal, and your attorney's job is to show that you're a modern citizen. And your job is basically that you got in trouble one time, you know, you're outstanding student, whatever, you work hard, so and so and so. And when you got in trouble one time, it's basically about, you know, just give him a slap on the wrist, make some probation, you know, give him a second chance. But the DA's job is to say, oh, heck no, this guy's a career criminal. He's got a track record of miles long. We let him out, he comes back in. Every time it's something worse, you know what I mean? We keep letting him out, he's going to kill somebody. We got to keep him. That's his job. It's not hard for you to keep you in, because not only can we show at the end of the day, even if you're an American citizen, we can keep you. Because we can show at the end of the day that you have a history of stealing people's products. You start off with Frankenstein, making money off of them. Then you turn around and you touch their copyrights and use their stuff without our permission. And then you turned around and started a 3D printing business out of your apartment where you started ripping off major companies. It's a track record right there. I'm going to tell you something, Fernando. Living in some of the worst neighborhoods in Philly, I've seen some people do some dumb stuff, some crazy stuff, even myself do some dumb stuff because I got locked up. That wasn't a smart thing to do. And I would have to tell you, in my experience on this earth, I've never met anyone like you. The 57 years I've been on this planet, I have never met anyone like you. Trust me, buddy, when you live in violent neighborhoods, you see all different types. You see all different types. You'll always say one day that, you know, I think I've seen it all, and you will never see it all because you always find something crazier than the next thing. But you literally would have to be on the top of the list. You took self-snitching to a whole nother level. Like literally, they should just change your Wikipedia and just put your face there because you have basically just unbelievable. Unbelievable. Changed the game on that one. They got to think of a new name for self-snitching, and you changed the game on that. New revolution, a whole new name of snitching on yourself. I've never seen anybody do that on that level. Literally walk to a storage unit and show stolen merchandise in there. Do you have any idea what the storage unit is going to file charges against? You know that, right? Because it's against their Oh, shoot, it's not going to go against me. It's going to go against him, and she's going to get hit with that mess. Yeah. Did she even know what she was getting herself into when she was dealing with you, man? Because you understand, you never filled one of those forms out before, because you need 2 forms of ID to go get one of those units. But anyway, you can't have anything in there that, like guns, weapons, or drugs, or anything like that. They won't like doing stuff like that. Illegal stuff you can have in there. You had stolen merchandise in those units. What do you do? Go back to her, your sister, and tell her at the end of the day she needs to change out her storage unit? That's not going to do anything because she's on record. She can drop the storage unit. It doesn't make a difference. She's still on record. Her credit card, all her information is on record. That's why they require for you to have 2 forms of ID when you go in there. They require for you to have a credit card. Some allow you to pay by cash, but most of them pay by credit card. That's why. Because if something happens and you have something that you're not supposed to have in there, and you get busted, and the police have to come there to get more information on what you had in there, all your information's on file. That's why. That's why they request on that. So they got her 2 forms of ID if she has it, and they have, of course she would have to have it. So there were 2 forms because she wouldn't get it without it. 2 forms of ID, and they would basically have her credit card on file. And your credit card on file is linked to your social security number. That's also linked to your address and everything else attached to it, first, last name, and all that stuff in order to obtain that piece of document. See what I'm getting at here? Yeah. If you're wetting yourself right now, then you're in the proper state of mind. You really don't understand at the end of the day how bad this is going to be. So let me see. We filed for this in 2016. Do you know that? And he after said it's too old. No, buddy. Copyrights can last up to 70 years. And even after the author has died and passed off the earth, an additional 70 years on top of that. So it'll be a while. I could be off this earth, and then somebody will find this with the next of kin or whatever, or wherever. They'll still get, if I sign everything over to them, they'll still get paid off this thing. Yep. So, yeah. Let me just process server to show you the process server. That's his address. Okay, that's that. And I have to contact again for them. I'm going to fill out a form with them. Get that done. Right now, I bet you the devil's trying to make you think of things to do, right? Like, you should do, nothing's going to help you. Nothing's going to help you, Jamie. You can say bad things on your channel, not going to help your situation. You could say, doesn't make a difference. You go to my channel and carry on. It's not going to help you. You're going to jail. We got evidence on you galore. Nothing's going to help you. There is no way out of this situation. It's going to happen. You in the room? How you doing, Fernando? I hope you listen to when I say this. This is not a joke. You understand me? That process server can you do it. You can see we weren't joking. There is no way out of the situation you're in right now. Take it very seriously. If you run, it is going to be a problem if you run. Don't run. This is what you do. You take it like a man. Be a man for the first time in your life, and you handle that situation. Now, you knew the cube is mine, right? Lawyer sent you a letter telling you, I got to print that out too, telling you to stay away from our copyrights, right? So you know it's real, right? You went in and you checked yourself and found that they're real, right? All right then. So that means the 2D work that you touched was mine, which means I can take it to court and sue you for it. The problem is that you got a whole lot of other stuff going on at the same time too, on top of that. And again, we're going to use that cube to spark off the rest of the stuff involving the trademarks. Because you know you weren't supposed to do that. Did Nintendo give you permission? Oh, you ripped off Star Wars too. I forgot. It's Disney. Jeez. That's the last company you want to go near is Disney. Disney's brutal when it comes to basically taking care of people, touch your stuff. The Ewoks village he had over there in the corner. He was selling that for like $100. I think he said he was selling it for. Oh my goodness, man. She was Louise. Ooh. I gotta make a Facebook page about you. I gotta build one for you. Basically showing all the counterfeit stuff you got. We're gonna post it so these companies can track you down. Yeah, your information will be up there too, so they can track you. If you felt that you didn't do anything wrong, then why would you be worried about what I'm about to do in a few minutes? You can't get upset about that, Fernando, because it's true. You did all this stuff, right? Did you get permission from any of the companies? Please show us right now. Go on your YouTube channel and look up live and show us the documents that you got from these companies giving you full permission to sell their items. I want to see the percentage that you're paying them, because they got to get money out of this. They're not giving you that for free. No company is ever going to do that. So show us the contract that you got from Disney. Show us the contract you got from Nintendo Corp. You know, all that. Show us all those contracts. I want to see all of them. Tim Burton. I think Tim Burton is the one that does The Nightmare Before Christmas. He stole his stuff too on top of that. Marvel. Show us all that. I want to see all that. You want to see those? Show us. I would love to see this. And I want to see the royalties and all that stuff. If that was the case, anyone gets a chance to sell for Marvel, they're going to talk about that. Like, oh, shoot, man, I just got freaking confirmation from Marvel that we're doing this deal together. It's not something I developed. They want to be a part of it. And I'm going to be working with Marvel. And I got permission to use some of their logos. People would talk about that. You never didn't talk about any of that. Power Rangers. He ripped off Power Rangers, too. Man. You're a thief. You're a thief. Okay. All right. So I'm going to get down and get this done. I've got everything else I need here. Oh, my goodness. Let me see. They need to put counterfeiting on here. That's another one. I'm going to talk to them about that too, about this whole counterfeiting thing. Now, FBI is right up the street from me. I just walk up the street. They're about a block away. I'm going to walk up there and first get a meeting, because you first have to schedule an appointment meeting. First, I'm going to go down to Allentown Police and get that set up first. So we're going to have that incident report number so we can send that to them. And then we can lock in with them and give them all the information. Got to sit down with an agent and give them all the information that we have on you, including showing that you are not legally, and you don't have documents. So they'll have all that information. They don't have the information yet, Fernando. So if you think at the end of the day that no one came to get you because I never gave them the information, now they will have the information now. And give them all that information and go from there. Mr. Williams is probably sitting back and thinking, no, Mr. Williams, your nightmare's coming soon. We got the post office involved with you because of all the mail we received. You use NICE's postal service that can make crimes. And those half-naked pictures, yeah, it's not going to go well for you. So, yeah, you're going to be under investigation pretty soon. You did use the post office to send all this mail out, right? All right, then. You'll deal with that when it happens. And they also asked me to, police asked me to, how do we know you? We know you by Fernando. Fernando, you've been added in of knowing this guy. You guys all know each other. And you coached him to go in and do this stuff, which you'll be charged with that too. Oh, man. Okay, I need that. Got my screen down. I've got to do a demonstration somewhere with it. All right, I got everything I need. I'm going to be contacting first police department, print all your stuff out, take it down to the police department, start that going from there, get the incident report from there, which they probably already have over at FBI, because we sent your stuff over there too. Make a phone call, schedule a meeting with them, go sit down and put all that information for them, let them know that at the end of the day we did contact Homeland Security and Immigration Law Enforcement for the situation of you not being, what's the word for it? You don't have documents. And before you go screaming and yelling at the end of the day by saying that, oh, you know, it's racist. No, Jamie, you're a criminal. Now, how in the world can you get on your channel and talk about how you're an innocent person and you clearly have my copyrighted material sitting on your Facebook page that you have now deleted off your page because, again, you were guilty. And I know you probably thought in the day, well, I got it off the page. You know what I mean? He'll never be able to go back and get it and so forth. We have it already. We've recorded and documented it. I even have the URL right there, Crow1176 at Facebook. Yep. Technology screens. We have a company under Crystal Edge Technology Screens. The cube you're seeing right here is actually a cube that belongs to my company. It has a copyright sitting on top of it. The fellow who is responsible for taking the cube is a fellow by the name of Jaime Fernando Gonzalez, YouTube channel Crow1176. He had a Facebook page here called Crow's Home Theater for Newbies. The cube you're seeing here is. The interesting thing about it is, Jamie, that when you basically set a page out to Facebook, it hits Google. Regardless if you take the page down or not, it still shows. So, if you thought you deleted the page in time, so that way you wouldn't find anything, it's not going to help you. I sat there and recorded on a live stream. Everybody watched me do it. Right here, we need this. This is what we're going to need right here. All right. Well, got a little piece of advice for you. Enjoy as much of your life as you possibly can. I would spend more time with my family. I would go out and eat at restaurants. That's what I would do. And pretty soon, one day, you're going to be in a holding facility and you're going to spend the rest of your life there. And everything you've experienced will be no more. Unlike you, Fernando, I had a way out. I did some crazy stuff at the end of the day. But I had a way out. That's why I'm here now having this conversation. You're about to go through the same process I did, but yours is far worse than mine. Far, far worse. I couldn't imagine if I did anything on your level. Yours is far worse. Your stuff is majority all federal. Government agencies. So, I know you're sitting back laughing thinking nothing's going to happen to you. That's the same thing you did when the process server came to your door, right? You got on the camera, start ranting and carrying on. That's what happened to you, and someone came beating on your door. That whole attitude changed, didn't it? Now, Jack, the thing about this, Fernando, I'm not going to tell you by Monday morning when we take care of the business, when we talk to nothing. You'll know that you'll be completely in the dark. You'll have to figure out when. Probably. Data posting. Even the time. Right to your front door by a process server. Now you got to go through this all over again. Oh yeah, that nonsense you were talking about my product being black paint. We did send you a form telling you to send us black paint, right? You're being sued over that for $2 million. You don't have the money, we know that. We'll just take whatever you have. That'll equal up to I don't know what. These jokers mess around and start printing out stuff to get money together, but you can't go anywhere. See, that's the thing about it, Jamie. You could print out all day long. You're poisoning yourself anyway. You're gonna kill yourself eventually. You got poison in your system already. You're in so many bad situations, it's not even funny. So you're trying to print out enough money to sell enough stuff to try to, I don't know what you would try to do. I don't know what you would try to do. There's no money that can help you in this situation. What, bail? You're not getting bail. It'll never give you bail. You're undocumented. They're going to send you to a bad place in the day. Words upon words, you're going to get what they call no process due. I said no process due, I think it is. You don't even see a judge. It's going to take you. There's no money you can offer at the end of the day to get you out of the situation. I don't even know how you would go about it. That's if they get to you first, before we can get this thing done. Either way, it's got to be done. So, what are you going to print money? What are you going to do? Make some items and sell them? You're going to counterfeit more stuff to sell? This is how you got in trouble in the first place. That's how dirty the devil is. The devil will tell him to go out and print, try to make as much money as he possibly can, so he can go out and try to get out of the situation. And you're just burying yourself even deeper. And what are you going to do in this situation? You got to think about that. What are you going to do in this situation? How are you going to get out of this? This is the way out, but you won't take it. You refuse to take the way out. Because you are full of hatred. You're a person full of a lot of hatred and a lot of anger. You can't basically get down on your knees and ask God to get you out of this situation. Because you're too full of bitter and some anger. You're hatred. What you mad at me for, Jamie? What did I do to you? Name what I did to you at the end of the day. Did I attack your families? No. I know where they live at. I never attacked them. Did I send weird messages and stuff to your front door, to your family front door? No, didn't do any of that either. Did I take your face and stick it on puppets and all kinds of weird stuff to try to embarrass and humiliate you on YouTube? No, didn't do that either. Did I basically go in and touch your copy? You don't have copyrighted material. We do. No, didn't do that either. So the only thing we did was come on and defend our company. Did we have to make anything up, lie, or contact agencies with false information? No, didn't have to do any of that either. They all know who I am. So we didn't do any of that stuff whatsoever. The reason why you hate me, Jamie, is because out of jealousy. That's why you hate me. You hate me for the simple fact that you don't have the same product we have. That's what you hate me about. You hate me because we make more money than you do. That's why you hate me at the end of the day. We have better products than you do. That's why you hate me. That's why. Jealousy. And the deep hatred you have for me at the end of the day is a deep hatred will basically be your demise. Because it already is. You follow the devil thick and thin. You follow him. Look what he did to you. Look at the life that he gave you at the end of the day. Full of hatred. What it led to. I told you in the day, the devil will give you a shovel. Watch you dig. Go deeper and deeper. Like, you need a bigger shovel? He'll get you a bigger shovel. And a bigger one, and a bigger one, and a bigger one. Anyway, he'll just get you a backhoe at the end of the day. And you'll be so far down there, can't figure out how to get out. You know how hard it is to get out of a fresh dug grave? It's almost impossible. The ground's soft around you. It's kind of hard to grip onto anything. Just keep falling deeper and deeper in, and more dirt. And sooner or later you look up, and that demon is smiling at you, and he's got a shovel now. Except the only difference is he's burying you in, because he knows he's got you. And that's what he feels right now. He got you. Now, there's a way he can get out of this, but he won't take it. See, Fernando, I know your case also well, because I was a person with a lot of pride and thought I was immortality, I was invincible, I was unafraid to die. But then again, on the other hand, I was suicidal too, on top of that. And I did a lot of crazy stuff. And I thought at the end of the day that I would never be stopped. No one would ever catch me. It did happen. I did get caught up sitting in a prison cell. Reality caught up real quick at the end of the day. But at that time, I knew it was time to quit. And there were plenty of people I didn't like. There were a lot of people that I really wanted to get rid of. I did not like them at all, period. I couldn't do anything. I'm locked up in this holding cell. Now, I could be bitter and angry at them and allow the devil to use that to get me into more dumb stuff at the end of the day. Or I can just let it go. And accept my situation, accept who I am and what I did. And that's what I did. My mother brought me in that Bible. I heard a demon speak to me in the next page over, explain to me my situation was done, and I might as well just kill myself and just throw that Bible in the toilet and flush it. But I didn't listen. I held on to that Bible. And that's why, Fernando, a person who is facing a 40 to 80-year prison sentence is sitting in front of his cell phone right now with a business and free as a bird can have this conversation with you. The sad thing about your case, Fernando, is that you're under so much hatred that you just can't seem to let go of it. And that's the same hatred at the end of the day that will see your demise. The devil's going to finish its job. I told you at the end of the day, people, the devil's not your friend. His job is to try to kill you. That's his only goal, is to try to murder you. He has to. While you're here on the earth, there's too many opportunities for you to get saved, like I did. You know, the devil had every opportunity to kill me out there in the streets. He almost had me. And what happened? I got saved and he lost me. So the opportunity of collecting from me, he lost it because I found God. Now, if you feel this situation that because what we're doing to you doesn't make us Christians, no, Jamie, if I were to make a phone call, that would not make me a Christian. I know people. I know a lot of people. I know people in your neck of the woods. I'm an old guy. Sure I am, but I'm well connected. I know a lot of interesting people. I lived in some very violent neighborhoods. I did some things that people owe me favors for. I've never cashed them in. You know why? because that part of me died. When I got baptized in that water, I wasn't that person anymore. That person died a long time ago. So no matter how people attack me or try to hurt me in any way whatsoever, I know my Lord protects me 100%. I never have to become that person ever again. That person died a long time ago. As you can see, I could have ended this nonsense a long time ago, but I chose to put it in God's hands, and this is the outcome. That's what it comes down to. You being deported and going somewhere we'll never see you ever again, and whatever nightmares come behind that one, and me just continue to live my life till it's my time to pass off this earth and go see Jesus. You didn't do anything to me at all. Disrupt or change anything. God has control of that, not man. That's the part that people don't understand. They think for some reason that your little things that you do on this earth at the end of the day, you think you have you don't have any control here at all, period. Nothing. So that's what I learned when I was in the lockup system. But anyway, you are going to go through a process that I went through, but your situation is much different than mine. You're going to face more prison time than I ever would ever think of facing. You're going to be way over the 80-year mark. I do know that for a fact. But is there a situation how Jamie can get out of this? Yeah, I can't even state that statement. I don't know what God's plans are for him. I don't know. But I do know for a fact that he's followed Satan, and this is where it's got. So Jamie, I am going to do what I have to do on my end. Christian way, which means I'm going to go to law enforcement officers. Like I said, I could have made a phone call and handled this situation quick. I'm not that person anymore. You know how I handle it, Jamie? I gather up all the stuff that you've done against me, and I use it as evidence against you in court, as most people are supposed to do. I contact law enforcement officers. I contact immigration because we know you're not documented. And it's the people who we have to contact because I get it. Every time we go to the police, I say, well, if he's not, then guess where you have to go to? We're directed to go there. That's what I did. We went to FBI over this nonsense. I went to law and went to the CCB, and I filed out a form against you touching my copyrights, and I had a process server go to your front door. So I did everything by the book, the way it's supposed to be done. That's why you can't go get a lawyer and say that I committed any wrong against you, because I didn't do any wrong against you. All I did was just take your stuff that you did and post it. Show people what kind of person you are. And that made you angry and upset. What are you angry and upset for? You did it. You committed the crimes, right? So you're angry at me because I posted you, at the end of the day, committing these crimes. That's backwards, Fernando. You know that, right? You did commit the crimes. All right, then. If that's the case, then when the proper authorities come to see you, to cart you away, then you know at the end of the day why it is happening. The first step to being able to basically find true salvation with oneself is basically to admit what you have done, to take a responsibility for your actions, which you have not done. See, James, that makes me a bigger man than you at the end of the day. I have not blamed one person for my situation. The 8 years and 9 months ripped out of my life was my problem. I don't sit there and go, oh, the person who snitched on me. No, it's me. I did it all. I did all that. It's all me. So I deserved everything I got. And I was best to only do that I consider small by the time it was what I was to be hit with. So I don't blame the person who snitched on me. I don't blame the judge. I don't blame anybody. I blame me. I did it. Unlike you cry and you whine like a little Karen and you blame everybody else. Take responsibility for your own actions. That's what you do. Now, I'm going to do what I have to do. I'm going to take all the evidence I have. I'm going to go over and file with the proper agencies and get this done. Because when you saying today, you want to use Christian card in the day, I gave you options. I did. Cease and desist order came to your house. What did you do with it? Did you follow it? Did you contact the attorney? No, didn't do anything at all. All right, we had a process server come to your front door. I didn't open the case again. I let it go. I said, for instance, that should be enough to scare you. Maybe he'll leave us alone. Did you leave me alone? Yeah, you just kept on coming, right? You to the cube right there, you didn't stop. You just kept on coming, right? And I kept letting it go, and you kept hitting me again, and I let it go, and you hit me again, and I let it go, and now we're done with that. The Lord said, we're done. Christians are meant to be welcome mats. So he said, go forth, and that's what I'm doing. Everything by the book. So, I'm going to take the evidence I have here. I'm going to go to the proper authorities on Monday, get all that started, And then if they need me to repost emails, whatever I need from them, so I can send over the rest of the evidence to them so we can get all this started. So we can get you into a courtroom and get you over here. Once you come here, you will be arrested because we have charges against you here, just so you know. If your family wants to come with you, they're more than welcome. And also, too, a message for those individuals who claim to be his loyal fans at the end of the day. You just don't deal with us, you deal with God at the end of the day. You understand that situation? So when you come against us, you come against God. That's what you do. That means all I have to do is get down on my knees and pray, write your name and put it in that book, and God will seek you through. And you'll be sitting in the same situation Fernando will be sitting through. Yep, that's what we did. We put your names in the book and prayed over it. If you take God for a joke and you think he's one to be played with, you'll find out exactly he's not one to be played with. I find it interesting that people think God is a joke, but yet you fear the devil. You're scared to death of the demon at the end of the day. And you don't want that thing anywhere near you, your family, or your friends, but yet you can't do anything about it. If he actually pops up in your living room right now, what could you do to stop Satan? None. There's nothing you can do. Just get a gun, he has immortality. It's not going to happen. Fight him. Think we get close to that at the end of the day? I don't think you want to. I don't think your mind could even process what that thing looks like. You probably have a heart attack and die, most likely. Or go into stroke, go into madness, breakdown, whatever. You couldn't handle what that thing looks like. So the one thing that could save you is God. But that's the one you take as a joke. See? And you go and you attack his people at the end of the day, and you want God to protect you. How does that even sound? Lord, I need you to protect me, but yet I attack your people. That doesn't work out that way. Let's just say you're sitting outside and the devil pops up, starts walking toward your house. What are you going to do? Well, first you're going to panic. You're definitely going to panic your brains out. You might even wet yourself because whatever that thing looks like, I don't want to see it. And he's going to walk right through your house because, again, just nothing can stop him. He's going to walk right in. And he's sitting there staring at you and like, I know you. What are you going to say back to him? Well, I don't know you at all. Oh, yes, you do know me. You definitely know me. You definitely know me. We talk all the time. Yeah, you think about that. And who are you going to go to? Can't fight it. There's nothing you can do. Who do you go to when something pops up in your house? You go to God, don't you? Go to somebody involved in the church or something because you know that the devil fears God. Right? Where does it say in the Bible that the devil fears man? Any man on this planet. The only one he feared was Jesus. He fears Christians at the end because Christians don't fear him. Because we serve God at the end of the day. I don't fear the devil at all at one point whatsoever. Because I serve God at the end of the day. But a sinner at the end of the day, you fear him. Because again, you go to God because you need that protection. So how are you going to get protection from God if you're actually attacking his people? Yeah, you'll listen to it. It'll tell you to do stuff at the end of the day, and you'll do it. And yet when he comes basically backing in at your door, showing his form at the end and what you were really dealing with, now you call out to God. Thank goodness that the Lord is a merciful Lord, isn't it? Right. At the end of the day, he's merciful. Got another one for you. Got a big old dog sitting on a chain. Teeth, fangs, slobbering whole night. You just can't wait to get off that chain just to rip into your flesh and tear you piece from piece. Would you consider that dog your friend? Would you go over and pet that dog? Would you hug that dog? You wouldn't, would you? You're terrified. You fear that dog. The dog becomes a threat to you at the end of the day. But that's how you treat Satan. Satan's the same dog sitting on that chain waiting to tear you apart. And he's telling you all these things at the end of the day that you're listening, you're doing at the end of the day. And if he were to get off that leash, he wouldn't think twice about tearing your throat out. But that's what you listen to. And that's what Fernando did. Fernando's a perfect example, and the people who follow him are people who lay in the bed with Satan. And had a nerve to write down on his page, he's blessed. Thou shalt not steal, 8th commandment. Well, so I think about Jaime, hopefully it doesn't turn into Pharaoh, become hard-headed, stiff-necked, and refuse. Because where you're going at, Fernando, at the end of the day, it's not a good place where you're going at. Over there, you need God. You do. You need God. The devil's there. He is definitely there. And you definitely need God. You need him. The devil will find you. He will seek you out. If any place to become a Christian, that'll be the place to start. You don't have a choice. You become a Christian and serve God, or you die. You don't have a choice. It's interesting. I never want to see you again, ever. I do wish you the best of luck. You can sit there at the end of the day and say, well, if you wish me the best of luck, why are you doing it? Because it has to be done, Fernando. You don't learn. We were giving you opportunities. You don't learn. Not once have the opportunities we've given to you, have you turned around. You haven't. You're bent off hatred. We have to handle the situation. It's time to end this. So, Monday morning, I'm going to take care of this. Well, you go believe whatever Satan tells you, that nothing's going to happen, that it's just all a lie. You go believe that. Go ahead. But remember, it's going to happen. Ooh, hand swirls. I love these things for hand swirls. It's amazing. Tasty cake. Hand swirls. It is weird. I can't have peanuts. You just pretend don't bother me. You would think so. Right. What time we got? I had to do a demonstration. We got for charge. Oh, man. I need the paperwork. I need a charge for this. Ugh. Crooked leg. Need a charger in here. Oh, that's funny. How's that going to work? How did the charger here will be not looking for me? It used to be here. I had these talks with you, Fernando, because sooner or later, you will be nothing but a lost memory. That's what you will be. I'll be out taking care of business. My little crew, I'm going to be paying the money. The cyber investigators going to be gathering up people online to take them to court for lawsuits. That's what I'm going to do. The benefit of having haters, a lot of them, is the fact that the haters are going to pay me a lot of money. That's the benefit of you haters. I can see why Cat Wayne said, you got, probably sues them too. You got 30 haters, get yourself 30 more. You must be doing some damage if you got haters. The only problem is for the haters is that your fake accounts and you fake YouTube accounts and everything else, you think that hides your identity and keeps anyone from knowing where you live at or where you work at or where you go to church at. That's not going to help you. People, I'm going to hire at the end of the day. The minute your video pops up, like I said, I'm not going to be hunting people down at the end of the day that didn't do anything wrong. What's the point of that? That's just stupid. And people who basically say a few things, you might say that, oh, I'm not a big fan, I don't like the product. That's freedom of speech. I don't care about that. It's your business. But if you're sitting there saying that we're scammers and rip-off artists and we're out to rob people, I'll see you in court. And you'll get a nice little envelope in the mail, letting you know that we know where you live at. And it'll be a nice little flash drive. I advise you plug it in. And then that flash drive will have you on the video making the statements. So I want you to understand crystal clear that we have the evidence now to sue you for the big number that's sitting in the bottom of that letter. And you can't contact them. There'll be no information to reach out to them at all. It's an open and shut, which means that we don't want no plea deal, nothing. What we ask for is what we get. I want to start a track record of suing people and bringing them to court. Show what we do to our trolls. How much money we're making off y'all. And your money is going to something, actually charity. That's going to donate all your stuff to. Don't charity. So we'll have the charity groups on the website, or who we donate the money to, and how much money we got from each person. including your court documents up there so everybody can read what happened in the courtroom. And the video that basically convicted you. It'll all be on the website for everybody to see. And I think more companies will start doing this. This will cut down on the troll nonsense. People wouldn't want to troll if it means at the end of the day that you're going to lose money, lose your stuff at the end of the day. Alright, with that being said, I'm going to charge my phone. I got some demonstrations to do on my new technology. Ugh. I got another website to build. I should have let you go and build that website. I don't really feel like doing it. What if I do the... Oh, I'm doing it right now. Work on that one. Alright. Let me get the phone charge. Go ahead and set up. That demonstration's done. I think I got everything for the floor. That's finished. Gotta build a giant floor. Giant for the floor. Get that done. I'm going to turn that PC, which I think I'm going to do a different build for that one than this one. I might do a block system for this one. I'm going to do something different for that one. Build a fish tank projection screen over there. Buy 2 projectors. I have to be on site 6 times for those video demonstrations. Yeah, I'm going to go on site and turn the entire floor into an aquarium. That should be fun. Mambos! See the difference between me, gentlemen, y'all? Me, I come on here, I say what I gotta say. I present evidence, do everything I'm supposed to do by the book. Tell you what the next stage is gonna be, and then I move on. I got stuff to do. You guys, on the other hand, because you got nothing going on in your lives right now, is just to just do dumb stuff after dumb stuff after dumb stuff after dumb stuff. You ain't trying to build anything, design anything, make anything, nothing. Got nothing on the horizon, but just going back and doing dumb stuff. And meanwhile, we see your dumb stuff collected, usually against you in court. I wouldn't have had all this information against you if you didn't do anything. If you didn't do half the dumb stuff you guys did, I wouldn't have this evidence on you to prosecute you. You know that, right? So while I'm out working and doing what I got to do to make my company go to the next level, you're out doing dumb stuff for me to sue you even for more stuff. That's literally your life. And then have the devil tell you at the end of the day that, oh, no one's going to find you. No one's going to figure out where you're at. Yeah, you keep believing that one. That's the same thing he told me before I got locked up. You keep on believing that one. Someone's going to find you sooner or later. Trust me. Don't ever think that'll ever happen. Take it from a person who spent time in the system and actually heard that voice from the devil tell me, oh, no one will find you. No one will find you. No one will figure it out. No one. Yeah. He'll make it so that someone finds out. See, that's the interesting thing about Satan. Satan will get you in tons of trouble and make you believe that no one will touch you at all. But make it so that someone can touch you and someone can find you. So he can get you to the next stage of the situation of being in the lockup system, which means your chances actually get a little higher on basically if you lose in your life. He'll make it also. But first he has to build that foundation for you. He has to make sure you do enough stuff that he tells you to do, making you believe that no one's going to figure out where you're at and what you're doing. And he'll keep it going and keep on going and keep telling you to do more crazier stuff and more crazier stuff, knowing that the entire time he's going to make it so that someone knows your business and what you're doing. So you can sit in the courtroom and laugh at you, because that's what he's going to do. The rest of his demons all sit there and point, look what I got this one to do. I made him believe that no one was ever going to find him. And I made it so that people could find him. Like McAfee, perfect example. Came to my site to carry on and act up. And the devil told you to take your Facebook page, go to my Facebook page, and carry on and act up, right? But you left your page open. He knew you left your page open. That allowed us to get access to your page and all your information, which we found out your real name and where you are located. He made it so, you know, he does stuff like that. So now you're in a situation where you know who you are and where you're at. So no more solid weight 5. Huh? That don't work anymore. I even had a friend of mine contact me. He said your full name. So yeah, the guy's solid weight 5. Everybody knows your name now. Sorry, Daniel McAfee. Everybody knows your name now. See, you made it so. All right. I got to deal with these freaking maggers at the end of the day. They're upset because I gave a statement they didn't like. Look, if you're supporting the nonsense at the end of the day and the nonsense does something stupid, then you must support the stupid nonsense that the nonsense has done. Either all or nothing. You guys want to call yourself all in being Trumpers, but the minute he does something crazy and off the wall, now it's like, I don't even know what you're talking about. I need to support him. Yeah, right. You're all in. So I'm basically going there and shut someone down as I usually do. Just wait for somebody to say something on that one. You gonna deny that one? Oh. And so you say you didn't? Is that what you're saying? That doesn't go well for me in that room. I'm going to make that statement. All right. Now, that's basically about it. Jamie, I expect you to do something stupid. Don't worry. I got somebody documenting yourself. And if you get somebody else to do it, they're being documented too. Oh, don't try that one already. Harrison? Is it Eddie? Eddie Harper. Yeah, Eddie Harper. How you doing? Don't get people to go in and do dumb stuff for you. That won't go well. Do you understand at the end of the day? Won't go well for you. Eddie Harper. Interesting name. Now we got to do a background check on you. Dumb stuff. Didn't even close the Facebook page. Guess you don't want this stuff. That's how it works. All right, well, that's basically about it. Your haters at the end of the day, I'll give you a piece of advice. Got anything nasty? You want to call me scammer at the end of the day? You want to carry act up? I find your page. I'm taking your stuff. And nothing you can do about it. Not a thing. I have sheriff's department, whatever, debt collectors at your front door. I'll take you to court and I'll sue you. And I'll make you come over here to see me and we'll take it all from you. You can sit there and beg and cry in court. And if you do cry and whine in court, mind you, everything is documented in court. It will go on a website where everybody can read you crying in that courtroom. And it'll show at the end how much money we got out of you and how much we took from you. I will list all the stuff we've taken from you. This site's going to be very detailed. So your employers, everybody will know about this. Your family, everybody will know about what you just did. I think the best way to handle it. Now, anything we would be saying would be a lie? No, it all came from the courts. Everything is the truth, 100%. And get you for defamation and slander. So, like me, I want to keep my stuff. Guess what I do? If I'm testing against any one of these big boy companies at the end of the day, I don't make statements that are not true. I would never sit there and say that the Black Diamond technology, the dark screen they make, the 1.4, is so dark you can't even see it. Why would I be that stupid to make a statement like that? Product was 10 times better than my gray screen paints any day of the week. So why in the world would I go in and make a statement against that company by saying that, oh, because somebody may get jealous because their products are very good, and make a statement by saying that, well, at the end of the day, their screens come up so dark you can't see them. They pull up bad color, they pull up this and the other. That'd be wrong to say. When their screens actually do operate correctly, that would get me sued at the end of the day. They could take me to court, sue me, take anything from me. Now, if I make a statement that my technology builds a better contrast, it would be true because my screen's 100% black. I can easily walk into any courtroom and show at the end of the day that my technology is more superior than theirs. So I do pull a black contrast, and they don't. I pull better contrast in your screen. I can make that statement. Would I ever say their product is garbage? No, actually, it's a very, very good technology. It's extremely good. I told people the other day, if I had a choice of any screen, if I didn't develop my technology, it'd be Diamond Technology, hands down. They make good products. I give credit where credit is due. Always have done that. Just like Jamie's painting skills. I'd say it's very good painting skills. He does. Very, very good painting skills. He could have did something with that. He chose to steal. That's what he chose to do. He chose to take a talent that God gave him. That's where he got it from. Take that blessing, let the devil twist it up. That's what he did. I can give credit where credit is due. I'm a mature adult. But adolescents and kids, they can't do that. So, all the technology I've tested, very good technology. Our technology is just better. That's all. But it's good technology. It is. It works. Except for the gray screen things don't work anymore. They did at one point, they did. When you had all white screens, the gray screen was fantastic. Did a great job. They pulled better contrast, they pulled better color. You can still use it in a little bit of light in the environment. It was nice. So you could sell it. But after seeing black diamond technology next to a gray screen, you're talking about a whole different world of technology. A black diamond could easily crush a gray screen with no problem. I wanted the same technology too, so that's what I did. Instead of tearing down their company, like you guys did, and they could have learned something from us. Instead of tearing them down, I learned from their technology. They have the technology I have today. While you guys are being sued at the end of the day. I wish one of you would not show up for court. I would love to see somebody get a bench warrant. I want to see somebody get a bench warrant. I wish you would not show up for court. I'm like, yep, buddy. They didn't show up. They didn't show up. Every bounty hunter is going to be tracking you now. They ain't going to get that money out of you. They don't get that money. It's a bounty on you. Yeah, every bounty hunter looking for you now. It's just my bounty hunter. You got every bounty hunter looking for you. I didn't know about that bounty hunter business until I talked to my brother. My brother owns real estate, and he talked about he had a couple came in there, and they tore up his spot. They ain't paying no money, tore his spot up. So he got all their information. That's the reason why you have to, when you do a lease, you got to have your social security card, you got to have everything, all that stuff. Somebody put your license plate to your car. They want all that now. They want 2 forms of ID or pay stubs, all that stuff. The reason why, because if you rip and tear their place up and you jet and leave, they have all your information now. And all they got to do now is go down to the courts. Now, most people go down to the courts and they file and they'll wait for the police to get around and catch you. Or some people will hire a bounty hunter. And that's what he did. He gets a bounty hunter on his payroll. So if you actually rent from him and you tear up his spot and you leave and he goes to the courts and gets his judgment or whatever for you to go to court and you don't show up, they contact the bounty hunter. And bounty hunter had him in 2 weeks. That is a really good idea. I thought about that. I said, man, he told me he explained the whole entire thing. And then later on, finding out that the Marine actually does that. He does that type of work. I seen him always in construction gear. I never know he actually did bounty hunter kind of work. But he does. He's certified for it. So I was like, oh, snap. Like, can you track someone down for me? And if they disappear, oh, heck yeah, we could find him. We definitely can find him. I would hire him any day. He's an ex-Marine. You have any idea what his skill level's got to be at the end of the day? Man. Uncle Sam trained him for free? Yeah, I would do the same thing too. If I was in the military and I had those type of skills, heck yeah, I would be definitely become a bounty hunter. You got the skill level for me, why not? Make some money off of that skill level. You basically got trained for free. Yeah, I'll definitely do something with it. Survival camps. Oh, as a matter of fact, I got another one who's a Black Ops over in Texas. She got a survival camp. You go in there and train or whatever, you get the real boot. What they call boot camp experience and all that, man. Yeah, people go over and pay for that. So I was thinking one day, I said, man, I got all this land out here. I do something with this. Yeah, she paid off of it. I would too. Shoot. That would be awesome. Definitely. And you got people who never had that military experience get a chance to go and see what it's like. There's even I think I saw it. People that are extremely rich that don't know what it's like to live in poverty or be poor. There's actually some kind of resort for them to live in. I heard about this. I gotta look this up, but it's actually true. for them to see what it's like to live that way. It's crazy. But anyway, yeah, people always want to see what it's like. I see people in the back of the trash trucks all the time. I be like, I want to do that. I want to see what it's like to go in the back of a trash truck. I mean, I would have a ball. I would definitely have a ball back there, man. There's a well with the set. I don't care about that. It's the experience of it all, man. Hanging on the side of a truck, swinging off the back of it, that's got to be an amazing workout. Because when I look at that, I was like, that's got to be an incredible workout. I would love to do that. I got a buddy of mine who works for sanitation. I'm like, dude, you don't even have to pay me. Like, literally, I just want to do it for like 1 week, 2 weeks, whatever, a month. I want to see what it's like. That would be interesting right there at the end of the day. I would definitely have a ball doing that. I mean, some people they say it's work, but yeah, but for me, I want to see what it's like. And yeah, I know it's going to be hard times and great times, but I want to experience all of it. That's the whole point of it all. That's got to be interesting. That's why I see people contact me and they tell me what job they do for a living. Like, really, you do that? And it's like, yeah. I was like, wow, I don't know what that's like. You don't want to have this job. This job's boring, not to me. Your job can be the most exciting thing to the next person. I want to do that too. I'm definitely going to do that. I wonder if I can do his route. Let me see if I can talk and get his route. Because I'm going to do that, man. I'm definitely going to do that. I respect everybody's job at the end of the day. I don't care what you do. As long as you ain't doing anything that's breaking the law, I can't respect you. But if you're basically doing a regular everyday job, yeah, I want to know what it's like. It's like to do your job. Find all of it interesting. So, when that people contact me and tell me what their jobs, what they do for a living, I'm like, really? I've met pilots. I've met all types, different types of people. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. We got a new advanced gaming technology. It's the same thing, it's a different advanced. It's for simulators. That's what we're building it for. Because I know a lot of people that do pilots. Oh my goodness. Those LED screens you get are nothing compared to what we're building for you guys at the end of the day. These things are going to be amazing. Because I'm building one for myself. I need a mech simulator. Oh, I need a helicopter simulator so badly. And a driving one. So I'm going to driving one. I want a mech one. And I definitely want a helicopter simulator. I love choppers. I do. I got a tidbit for Xbox at the end of the day. Bring out the Steel Battalion controller again. Why? Why? At the end of the day, I can understand these big companies at the end of the day. You have a gold mine, a library full of games that need to be redone again. Bring out another Steel Battalion controller. I got the first one. That was amazing. Bring out another one. Don't stick it to that darn stupid Kinect. That thing was horrifying. But anyway, yeah, bring out a 40-button mech controller. Heck, make it a 50-button mech controller. I mean, you got people who never got a chance to experience that controller. You haven't done gaming unless you hit that 40-button mech controller. You really haven't done gaming. People say, oh, no. You're not a mech. Mech games? You don't know a mech game until you do a 40-button mech controller with 3 pedal foot pads. Oh my goodness, best game ever. That's what you do, Microsoft. Bring that out. I guarantee you have a lot of sales on that. A lot of sales. Bring out another freaking mech controller. With the technology they have today, are you kidding me? And then on top of that, you have like, man, how they can develop that game and be way beyond it. And you can do it online too. Oh, and please bring out that emergency button. If you don't hit it, you lose everything off the hard drive. Oh man, if they bring out a mech control button in an Xbox system. See, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. By these console systems, you feel like you ain't got enough members. These new games you got, man, come on, they're not doing it. You got to bring out something that's going to call the masses, man. You bring out a freaking mech controller, I will buy, literally. Don't put it on PC. I'm sorry, I'm a PC gamer at the end of the day, but come on, I'm a console too. You want to keep that thing alive? Stop taking your exclusive games and sticking it over on PC. I'm a PC gamer too on top of that, but I'm a console gamer too. Stop sticking your exclusives on PC. And then for some people, the PC gamers, that does wrong. No. It needs to stay there. If console's going to stay alive, it needs to stay there. You bring out a mech controller. You bring out Steel Battalion. You make it exclusively for Xbox only. Watch how many PS players will be over there playing. Because y'all didn't have it. That mech controller wasn't for y'all. Now y'all got the VR. Xbox doesn't have VR. They do have one. I haven't seen one yet. That's the reason why I bought the PlayStation 4. Because I had a choice to buy an Xbox, because I was an Xbox fanboy before I was PS4, but y'all had VR glasses on y'all, and that's why I purchased your system. That's why I bought games. That's why I invested money into it, because you had something that the other system didn't have. That's how you do it. That's how it used to be old school back in the day. It ain't like that no more. We had freaking light guns. We had freaking track and field pads. We had steering wheels. We had all kinds. We had the game glove. What happened to all that stuff back in the day? So that's what we need. Bring back a freaking little steel battalion. Oh my goodness. They bring on a steel battalion mech controller. At that, I am building me a screen for this. I'm building me a full. It's going to be big too. On top of that, it's going to be a really big screen. So I pretty roughly would have to be somewhere between 10 feet high, about 250 inch in a mech controller. Like I had a big 250 inch before back in the day, but a 250 inch for a mech game, you know how base that would be? I want that. Let me see something for a minute. Now it's got me thinking. I'm gonna go download Titanfall. That was one of the best games back in the day. I wonder if you can run Titanfalls to a PC controller, flight controller. Because mine takes foot pedals. I'm gonna have to do some modification for controls. Let me see, where is mine? I'm gonna go order my foot pedals for this thing. I think that runs off PC. Does it run off PC? I think it does run off PC. I wonder if they put it on a PC. If they put it on a PC, I'm modifying the button patterns. I gotta bring all this one back up. 40 button neck controller. Who made that? I think Capcom. Capcom did. Yeah, Capcom made it. Capcom made the 40 button neck controller. Is there any way you get a joy box? I gotta find somebody who did it. Somebody who converted the Steel Battalion controller to PC. Because right now, Microsoft doesn't come out with a freaking game for it, which they should. They definitely should bring out a game. Then Microsoft comes out with a system and a Steel Battalion controller, I'm buying the Xbox. I'm buying one. No, I don't care what's in it. I don't care at the end of the day if I can't change it, but I don't care. It's a mech controller. I'm not passing that up. If it's $800, I'm paying $800. If $1,000, I'm paying $1,000 for it. I want one. I had one before back in the day. I still have mine in storage, but again, yeah, the graphics and all that, everything has changed now. They modernized it. They bring the thing up to speed. Yeah, I'll spend $1,000 for a controller. Why not? It's a mech controller. Oh, man. Now I gotta go do some research. All right, I gotta go. I gotta do research now. My brain, see what I mean? At the end of the day, gentlemen, when I sit there and say that you're probably thinking about doing something stupid, well, we're gonna be just documenting stuff for court. Already my mind just went somewhere else, which means now I'm gonna be hunting me down a mech controller or seeing if we could basically take my Steel Battalion and bump it on button mapping. Gee, it was 40 button mapping. That's gonna be freaking insane. I gotta bring some people on board for that one. I wonder if we could do it. I wonder if anyone has done it before. I wonder if there's any software. Someone had to do this. They took the Connect system and they made it for PC. They put software for that. Someone had to do a mech controller by now. I got research to do. I'm gonna build me a simulator for a giant mech controller. First, we gotta figure out exactly where we can get the controller from. This thing is nice, but it's not the same as the Steel Battalion. I'm gonna have to go get me. That's good for my chopper. I gotta get my foot pedals for it too. I gotta go pick up my foot pedals. Yeah, but I'm gonna mech controller. All right, gotta go. I got some research to do. I got videos to do, but I want to build a mech controller. At least a driving simulator, something. But I want a mech controller. Can we get a mech controller in simulator? The whole thing? I want to do a fish tank. What about the fish tank over there? I need a giant screen over there. I need a screen big enough for a simulator. I need something that drops to the floor, to the ceiling. I need something big. Now, see, all this talk about mechs and all that stuff like that and racing and simulators at the end of the day. And then some guy I saw, he had this amazing setup, man. No, I want one. Because I'm taking my PC, nothing's going to be on the desk. Everything's going to be over here. My screen comes up at will if I want to use it. But if I'm using that giant, if I turn that one onto a giant screen, I can put my steering wheel here. I got my controllers here. I can do it right from there. Put a camera right over here. I'm going to put a camera right here. Actually, I can connect the camera to here so I can record from there and I can see the giant screen. That's a good idea. Because the whole area we have is all metal. There, I can put a magnetic system with a camera that drops here to get that screen, and a camera here to hit that screen, and do it all through remote control. Ooh, we've got new ideas in the head already. Things we're gonna have to do. I think I like it. I like it a lot. We do ultra shirt those in here because that's what we need for here, but nothing that she hits with each other. Yes. Yes, sirree. See? That's what I mean, people. At the end of the day, I could be sitting there, I gotta think of more hatred. I don't got time for that bull crap, man. That hatred nonsense. All I do is basically compile all the stuff and evidence I need to prosecute you guys. Then I move on. I got other things going on in my head right now. Now I'm thinking about this giant flight screen. How big would we have to build that? I need measuring tape. Let's see. The surface we have for this one is nice. But I need something bigger. I need something that drops all the way to the floor. That's what we need. Move on to the giant screen from that simulator. Wait, can I see it from here if I'm sitting down? How far down to the floor am I going to see this from the desk? Oh, I can see it. I actually can see the bottom of the floor from the deck. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. All right, let me see. So we get 7 feet. 7 feet and 8 inches. 7 feet 8 inches. So 7 feet 8 inches. 7 feet 8 inches. 7 feet 8 inches. Okay, 7 feet 8 inches. Oh, 7 feet. We need 7 feet 8 inches. Feet and then wide. That's 11 feet and 11 feet and 5 inches. So 11 feet and 5 inches. Straight from there. 11 feet and 5 inches. 11 feet and 15 inches. 11 feet and 15 inches. So I can basically cover the whole wall with the same little screen. That's big enough for me to have fun on. We got 11 feet and 15 inches. So 2 12s that covers the top and the bottom. 2 8s are going to cover side to side. Don't want to put a rail in the middle. This one doesn't have a rail in the middle at all, period. It just doesn't have one in there, and you still need to put one in there, didn't you? It worked perfectly because I got a stiffer, more better wood. So I'd probably go with about, in the wood, I'd probably do 4 inches wide because that'd be a sturdy frame. I'd put nothing in the middle, 4 inches wide and 1 inch high. That's all we need. So that means the surface that we have to get is going to have to be over 60, so it's going to have to be 90. I'd say to be safe, but it have to be 90 by 150. 100 by 90, that would be the surface we would need. We are going to build ultimate gigantic screen. Now, to make sure the screen doesn't go anywhere, you see that little area, that ridge right there? Got little high piece there. We're going to connect the piece from here to there so it can't fall in. You sit up there. We're going to use something called a table leg effect, or coffee table effect. You put little legs here. Well, I don't know how to explain this. You put little legs on each side. Go here and here, a little gap, a little opening gap in there, and that fits there. And then we basically put a piece that mounts from there to there. And that's it. It's not going anywhere. Yep. Gonna build a giant simulator screen. Oh man, that's gonna be huge. Now projector, yeah, easy. Ultra short throw. You can easily get that. I'm gonna blow that easy up to take off this wall with no problem. Probably gonna go to when I got NECs for 3,600 lumens. Or if I decide to go short though, NEC, which have to be 5 feet of screen to blow the whole thing up. That's it. So I'll be behind the desk. I can game right here behind the desk. That's enough for me to see everything right there with no problem. I'm driving. The flight stick. Oh yeah, that's going to be a huge, massive screen, man. And what we'll do is for the camera system, because we can't use this angle anymore, because it won't work, screen's too wide, we're going to have to get new cameras in here. I'm going to get network cameras in here. I'm going to connect one magnetically here so we can track that screen, and one there so we can hit that screen at the same time. And then we can switch back and forth over the switchboard on a desk so we can switch back to each camera. Oh, that'd be sick. Okay, we're going to build this. And the floor's going to be done too, so we do the floor all in fish, which means we're going to have to have some kind of camera system that points down at the floor so you can see the entire floor being turned to lava where we decide to turn it into. That is going to be sick, people. So let me see here. All right, yeah, we can do it. All right, well, I got my plans all built out for me. I'm going to build me a giant screen. A giant screen. Let me see. It's 11 feet. So 11 feet, we have to break it in half, because that's going to be too big for us to transfer it through. So we'll cut it in half. 11 feet will be cut in half. 7's good where it's at, because these were 8s. Actually, these were 7s, so these were cut to 6s. Yeah, these are going to be 8s. Are we sure this? These are fast, aren't they? No, these were 6. These were 6. They're 6 feet. Yeah, they're 5 feet. That's 5 feet. Yeah, that's 7 feet. 7 feet 6 inches, right? They say 7 feet 6 inches. 7 feet 6 inches, not inches. That's not too big. 7 feet 6 inches. So if we get 8s, we can easily cut them. I'm gonna cut them right there while I'm at the working phone. I'm gonna cut them. I got a saw in here that I purchased, but I'm gonna cut them right over at Home Depot. That's all the unit they had. They can cut it themselves. All right, cut it to that size. Dimensions right. Go order the surface off of Amazon, and then I'm gonna go to my buddy's house. I'm gonna pre-spray it, so the surface is already pre-sprayed. Bring it in, strap it down, and we're done. That's it. Got my staple gun here, so I'm good to go. So I'm gonna build a giant simulator screen. I'm gonna take all this stuff right here, that, all that, stick it right over there. Because we already got one system over here. I'm gonna put the other one right over there. And on this side over there, I'm putting in my virtual fish tank, which we can use a Pico projector to fire that up. Yes, sirree, people. Yes, sirree. Let's get in the process of building. See? That fast, that quick, how my mind switches off and goes in another direction. Because I ain't got time to be sitting around thinking about hating evil things all day long. I do what I got to do. I got to go on and do what I got to do. That's what I got to do at the end of the day. I'm done, move on. I got things to do. I'm a busy person. Bad enough, I got to take stuff out of my day to handle stuff that shouldn't be handled. Right, my stuff is charged. I got videos to do today, some stuff. Shouldn't be going through this nonsense. There's nowhere in the world I should be walking in the courtroom for some grown freaking adults at the end of the day or something that's dumb. I'm not should be going through all this. So, got to do what got to be done. Gentlemen, you have to understand. I'm not doing this for the sake because I hate you. I'm doing this because I want you to leave me the freak alone. That's why. You didn't listen when I told you the first, third, fifth, sixth, and seventh time, leave us be. Now I'm going to take it out of your butt at the end of the day. I'm going to drag you into courtrooms. I'm going to take money out of your pocket, your banking accounts, garnish your paycheck, income tax check. I'm going to put your life through freaking HE double hockey sticks when we get done with you. And I have enough evidence here to bury you for the rest of your life. So yeah, should have left us alone. Mr. Williams, what I'm about to do to Fernando is nothing compared to how we're going to rip into you at the end of the day. You would have a better survival chance if you were soaked in tuna and dropped into a shark tank. You would have a better chance of survival from what we're going to do to you. It's over, people. It's over. And anyone else we track down and we find at the end of the day, be warned, if you find your video and you get a little package in the mail that tells you at the end of the day that you just got sued. That's why we're going to send you a flash drive of your video showing you your evidence and why and what we're suing you for. You can't contact the lawyers. You can't contact me. It's already done deal. See you in court. That's how it works. If you want to get yourself an attorney to reach out, I doubt he's going to touch you. Evidence is right there. The only thing your attorney can do to help you out is to lessen the blow. It's not going to happen. We won't take a plea deal. Whatever we ask for is what we want. That's how it works. All right then. Now, if you get the product and you don't like it and say, hey, it's not them I like it, that's freedom of speech. I don't care about that. It's freedom of speech. You don't like it, you don't like it. That's your agreement at the end of the day, okay? You don't like it. That's why we do tons of videos and stuff. Tons of testing. If it's not to your liking, then it's not to your liking. Then leave it at that. But if we want to go in and say nasty things at the end of the day with the intention of trying to hurt my company, my job at the end of the day is going to be to take everything you have from you. And if you want to go farther than that and do even dumb stuff, we can get the law involved in it. We can take some of your time from you. Depends on how you want to live the rest of your life on this planet. Want to be free as a bird and enjoy your life, enjoy the things you worked for? Then hey, then don't do dumb stuff. That's like if you don't like a McDonald's hamburger and you get online and you go, hey, McDonald's food gives you cancer. Do you have any idea the lawsuits you will have coming your way? It'll be brutal if you can't back that up. Can't say what you want out of your mouth. Yes, there's freedom of speech. There's basically a fine line of not saying something stupid and having common sense. So if you like the burger, like, nah, I like the burger. I thought the lettuce was wilted. The tomatoes were too mushy. The onions were freaking rock hard. You know what I mean? Say something like that. That's freedom of speech. I didn't like the hamburger. It was undercooked or whatever. But you sit there and say, yeah, the hamburger, I'm pretty sure it's probably, there you go, got a lawsuit coming your way. Because you can't back it up that it's stolen. You can't do that. That's why, again, I can't express enough that I am not the only company that goes online and looks for people to do this stuff. When you go to those flea markets and you got somebody in there selling stuff like NFL gear or the baseball caps and all that stuff, I bet you $100 that there's somebody from the company walking around down there like an everyday Joe, will come over to your stand and buy your stuff up. To buy your t-shirts, hats, and when you think you made a good sale, you probably could have sold to somebody that actually worked for that company. And then you get a letter in the mail and say, hey, look, we have proof that you basically were selling our merchandise without basically paying us and blah, blah, and no permission, so. And you go to court and they send these pictures to you showing the purchase, and you're dumb. That's why it pays not to do that stuff. You never know who's walking around down there watching you. Don't do it. That's how that works. Don't do it. Find another way around it. You can get a wholesale license. There's a way you can sell that merchandise. You got to do it legit. You can sell it. Just have to get legit. Get a wholesale license. If you find the right vendor, find a good vendor, someone who does sell it. It may cost you a little bit more, but at least at the end of the day, you're legit. And you can buy from the vendor. The vendor is legit because he's buying from them. So he figured out a way to get it wholesale, so you buy from him. That's how you do it. I was at one point, I was buying hats and stuff like that, but they were legit. I knew exactly what vendor to go to get them. I had a business tax wholesale license. I wanted to purchase them with my money. And I was able to sell some of them. That's how you do it. Don't go around bootlegging stuff at the end of the day. Nobody wants to get thrown in jail for that crap. Ain't that right, Taco? Oh, extra paw stretch. Extra paw stretch. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Now back to the scratching post. Back to the scratching post. Wow. Anyway, mess on it a little bit. Yeah, do things by the book. Life is very short. You don't want to spend whatever time you have sitting in a holding facility. Nobody wants to be in there. Life is too short at the end of the day. You're only on this earth for a short while. That's it. And it's funny, when you're young, you think you have forever. When you get older, you realize you're one step closer in the grave. And how short it is. Well, man, you're 19 years old and you're out there living in the world and do what you want to do. And next thing you know, you've got a whole bunch of responsibilities. You got a family and everything. You got gray all in your beard and wrinkles in your eyes. And yeah, it's fast. Just like that. It's interesting. Some people don't want to admit it. But think about it. 1 minute you were young at one point. Those you were young at one point. Remember that, being young? Not a care in the world whatsoever. And boom, just like that. Your body changes, everything changes. And the next you know, you go from this stage to an old man walking around on a cane. Living in a senior citizen community and stuff like that. Next you know, you change from there, and some people are blessed to die in those communities and some people are not. Some people go to hospitals and stuff like that because the brain starts to deteriorate at a rapid pace. Then you don't remember who you are, nothing about you. You get split splurs of memory of things that happened from the past, but you can't really grasp reality anymore. Some people have it, some people don't. Some people stay sharp until they pass. And then the next thing you know, you're in that bed and your family surrounded around you, and that's your last. We don't stay here long. So for some people at the end of the day, they fear this. And at the end of the day, I don't fear death. It's part of life. You have to accept it for what it is. People say, you ain't afraid? No, I'm not afraid to die. It's part of life. We're not meant to be here forever. But when you know that you have a place to go to after death, you don't worry about those things anymore. And don't you get scared by that. People are terrified of it. They really are. Some people try everything they can to slow down time. You can't do it. It's impossible. You can get all the cosmetic surgery, whatever. You can slow down a little bit, but you can't slow down actual time. When it's your time, it's your time. There's nothing you can do about it. Why worry about something that you have no control over? That's what it comes down to. There's no way to stop it. No one is meant to live on this earth forever. We all have to go. So no matter what surgery you get, whatever you do, you still got to go. Interesting. I find that fascinating. I do. We're not here meant to be here forever. Isn't that interesting? Yet we act like we are going to be here forever. We accumulate so much stuff to think that we're going to be here, and we're actually telling you not. Just all temporary for the time being. It's like a holding room for the next life, a waiting room. And this terrifies people. Some people, when I talk like this, they get scared. They get real scared. They can't, come on, man. You're freaking me out, man, at the end of the day. But why are you afraid? It's life. Your body, you live in it. It's not going to be here forever. It's going to deteriorate. It's going to break down. I've seen death so many times. I have. I've got a chance. I've helped people who died off this planet, who left this world. In very bad situations. Don't you even think about it. Been watching you look at the top of my cabinet. I better not catch you up there. You understand me? Don't look at me like I can't see you. I can't see you. Don't even think about it. Are you watching them study that? Better not catch you. Do I need to put you up there and swatch you? Let you know what happens when you go up there. Yeah, I just saw you nod your head up. Don't do that. I'll catch you near my screen and get popped. You understand me? You will get popped. Anyway, yeah. It's interesting. I've actually watched people take their last breath and then, just like that, gone. Body's there. It doesn't talk. It doesn't speak. It doesn't communicate. Nothing. Like whatever was in there, it's now gone. It just baffles the mind. Like 1 minute, that person was speaking and talking and functioning, and now, whatever went on in that process, between that process, which you'll never know because you have to go through it yourself, and you can't tell anybody about it because no one comes back and talks about it. No one can come back and talk about it. But that process, when it leaves, the body is no more alive. That person in there was gone, which means now you don't see the body anymore. You see what's within the body. It's not the body that makes the person. It's what's in the body that makes the person. This is just a suitcase we're in. That's what makes it interesting. We all have to go, people. Just hopefully you know where you're going. That's what it comes down to. Now, I've got a giant screen to put up and all this stuff at the end of the day. That's what I have to do. Put a giant screen in here. It's now in a giant simulator. And I got to download some chopper games, racing games off my PC. And an Xbox set with the size to build a giant steel Italian controller again, which I'm going to write to them. Hopefully they do. They do. I'm buying me a console system. I'm getting me one of them. I'm definitely getting one. How can I not do the light guns anymore? Whatever happened to that? Oh man, the light guns were freaking amazing. You had House of the Dead. You had Time Crisis. You had Dino Crisis. Dino Crisis had the guns too. On top of them, I'm pretty sure. And you had a bunch of them, man. Virtual Cop. What happened to the light guns? They stopped making those. Oh, with the foot pedals? Oh man, we used to be killers with them things, the foot pedals. To that, reload. They need to bring that stuff back. See, that's what I'm talking about. Bring all that kind of stuff back, man. You have so many people, man, gaming on consoles, it wouldn't be fun. They should have done that. Mind, when Time Crisis came out, it wasn't online. Can you imagine Time Crisis online? How sick that would be? Can you imagine if they did a Call of Duty that way? Where you basically do it like Time Crisis? Come on, man. See, that's what I'm saying. So many good ideas, man. That would be sick. Call of Duty, maybe with light guns? You know how much fun people would have in rooms with that in the day? Oh, man, it'd be freaking hilarious, man. So you run around with the controller. That's the thing about it. The controller, man, is just so overdone. We need actual physical controllers, man. We need freaking guns at the end of the day, like toy guns. That'd be awesome, man. That'd be awesome. And when you really melee somebody, you can really melee somebody. Go, psh. That'd be fun. I would have a ball with that. They had a sniper game that literally you look through the scope and you can actually see, zoom up. And, oh man, I miss those days, man. Track and field. Who had track and field for Nintendo? I had it. I had track and field. Me and my brothers in there running track. You can cheat and push the other one off the mat at the end of the day and he jump on you. Oh, we had so much fun with that. They need to bring that stuff back for gaming. That's what they should do. If Nintendo brings in a track and field, I'm buying a Nintendo. That track and field is freaking fun as hell, especially when you got a bunch of people playing with you all running at the same time. Oh, I mean, that's freaking hilarious. They should bring all that stuff back. That's what they need to do. We got now just controllers, man. I don't care what you do with a PS or Xbox controller. It's a controller for me at the end of the day. That's all it is. I need something that puts me in the game at the end of the day. So next time you do a Call of Duty, give us a shotgun. I would love to have a shotgun. But you got to choke and order basic. Oh, I would have a ball with that thing. Definitely have a ball with that thing. And you can melee people with the butt handle on it. Oh, my goodness. That'd be sick at the end of the day. That would be sick. Yeah, that'd be cool. We should have something like that. See, that'd make me go back to console for a bit. Yep. So you fanboys out there that got all that power at the end of the day, need to get a petition started and start writing in some letters to some of these companies at the end of the day to bring out better controllers. You want real, actual controllers that actually, the only thing we got now is steering wheels, but, steering wheels. We need something else besides that. If we want to do online games, I want an online, we got flight simulators, nice. We need a better flight sticks, definitely better flight sticks. But we don't have anything for submarines. I would love to have a submarine. You're in a submarine, they're in submarines. Can you imagine? You have people at top. We have battleships versus submarines. That'd be amazing, man. You got to drop down to certain depths and different meters and stuff like that. Worry about the hull basically exploding and caving in. Got leakage popping up all over the place. That'd be insane, man. Got to be to sneak up and come up, stealth to fire your torpedoes, take out the battleships, and the battleships have to figure out exactly where you're located. Tell me that would not be the ultimate game of cat and mouse. That would be amazing. We have any games like that? We got some games that's online PC for tanks, but we're not having for console for tanks. It would be really nice. I think we do have for console for tanks. I'm not sure at that at the end of the day. Well, I've never seen a sewing simulator, ever. We need one. Like, that'd be the best game ever. I would love to have that. Definitely gonna have co-op. You can have 6 people operating. Oh man, that'd be freaking sick. I seen one for Star Trek, which was pretty nice. That was actually pretty good. We need some better stuff. It's like they bring out the same stuff, like Spider-Man Remastered. Like, are you freaking kidding me? Why? Why would you do that? Why would you bring out Spider-Man Remastered? If I'm paying for a console system, I'm paying $60 per game. I sure enough don't want to pay a remaster version of it. Now, if it's an older version, like an old school retro, something like that, you bring it up, you know, I can deal with that. But you're talking about Spider-Man Remastered? No, not especially with a blockbuster hit system that comes out. I want something new. That was the excitement of when you bought a console system, is you go through the games that were coming out next for it. That was the excitement. Like, oh man, I get that game right there. I'm gonna get that one. You make a list, you crossing off the ones. I did it with the PS4 when it came out. I had a whole list of games that were coming out. I would just check the ones I want. I'm getting this one right here, getting that one, that one, that one. I want that controller with it, man. We don't have any good beat 'em up games. We got Streets of Rage. How come none of the beat 'em up? Oh, I do play beat 'em up games online. I play Streets of Rage online. It's funny as on the what. But we need to bring out more beat 'em up games online. Nothing like beating the crap out of another person while another person has to beat the crap out of another person. We need more wrestling games, man. Nintendo was the king of the wrestling games. They do any wrestling games anymore? Can you go online and play these games? And not like suplexing somebody off the top rope. That's what I said. I like console. They need better controllers, man. Them controllers, man. We get some better controllers. That'd be it. But anyway, I gotta go hunting. I gotta find me a Steel Battalion controller. And I gotta see if anyone has figured out, go to a forum site and figure out if anyone's figured out how to convert the Steel Battalion controller to either PC or able to something at the end of the day. I'd rather have it on console, but Microsoft, you probably never seen my videos at all, period, but you really need to bring out a Steel Battalion controller, man. And for those of you people at the end of the day who call yourself mech warriors, you're not a mech warrior, that you do 40 buttons. When you do a 40-button mech controller, this thing is so overwhelming, it's unbelievable how overwhelming it is. Look at 40 buttons staring you in the face, and you gotta memorize all those buttons. My thing had 2 full-size flight sticks, not the one we have over there, full-size flight sticks, and they were cluttered with buttons. And you're like, oh my God, like this is way too much. But you figure it out. It takes about 2 or 3 days to learn it. To learn it, not master it, to learn it. You gotta go through systems, diagnostic check, and all that stuff. Make sure your boosters are running. You walk that thing into a garage. You got 3 foot pedals. One for tank mode, one for your left and your right foot. You're literally going left, right, left, right. When you're walking with this thing, you literally walk with it. You operate the arms, all that, windshield wipers, which you definitely gonna need those. Don't take that for a joke. At the end of the day, you'll pay for that one. All types of stuff, man. It's freaking amazing on that game, man. 40 buttons. The first time I want to purchase my Steel Battalion, I'm thinking it's going to come in a small box. You literally need a desk for it. So the top of my desk, I would say roughly from here all the way to probably where that is at, that's the controller. That's how big it is. It's huge. And you're sitting there staring at this controller and you're unlocking like, oh my God, like, how am I going to learn this thing? Yeah, it's crazy. Like how many buttons you have to learn on it. But the most important button of all buttons will be that button in the far corner that has a little case over top of it, which is your eject. Because that game does not play around. It's like, you ever play Ninja Gaiden for Xbox? Yeah, the nightmare behind that thing at the end of the day, or the Ninja Gaiden for the Xbox 360, they were freaking nightmares. That game was a freaking nightmare. I got a heart attack playing that game, how hard that game was. That game was brutally hard. You know, you ever play a game literally so hard it's not even fun anymore? It's just frustrating. That's how literally how that game was. But everybody had it. Literally everybody, going to every chat, everybody was in there crying about that game, how hard it was. But it was good. It was a fun game. You just really, really, really went through some bull in that game. Like, you go fight the boss, and the boss's freaking lifespan is like 3 freaking bars across your screen. You got, damn, that's it. So you better hope that you don't get hit any other time. And then the stuff he's laying out when you look, there's nowhere to hide. There's a little itty bitty crack in the corner. He's lighting up the entire board. Like, oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. Why? When a game is so hard that you're literally cursing out the freaking people who made it, that's when you know it's bad. But anyway, the Steel Battalion game is like that. It's brutally hard. And whatever mech you get is what you can use online. So if you see somebody walking around with this freaking godforsaken skull face, freaking demigod, they beat the game. They got one of those mechs, and it's not easy. You beat some of these levels by the skin of your teeth. You ever play a game where at one point that you're not even playing anymore, you're like out of the zone, like your hands are just moving by themselves? It's like that kind of a craziness. At the end, you just completely black out and you're just moving the game by yourself. Wife goes in and thinks you're possessed by the game system. Yeah, it's like that. It's that brutal. It's that brutal. But you achieve those mechs. You got those mechs online. So yeah, so say you were able to get one of the juggernauts, the big boys at the end of the day. And say you're online, you're playing, you're getting it in and whatever, and then you got these little tiny small mechs which are pains in the necks. Somebody got the idea of starting a clan with them, which is a nightmare. It's like being attacked by a bunch of little tiny flies because they attack you. It's kind of hard to kill those things, but you know how to operate one. You're pretty good with it. You can take down a big mech easy. So anyway, you get swarmed by those jokers at the end of the day. And you can't escape. And you're in there fighting it. And that little warning pops up and tells you at the end of the day that you need to eject now. And you ignore that and your mech goes up, good luck. You're screwed. You're screwed on so many levels. I've heard people curse in the background. I've heard things crash. I've heard things get smashed. Because you want to know why? Because when you die on that game system, the system goes in and erases your hard drive. You die. That means 80 hours, 90 hours, 100 hours of grinding time, all gone. You start off at the beginning with the first stinky mech. All the hard work you put in is gone. The Xbox system is programmed in that game to the delivery wipe your hard drive clean. Not all your games, just the game you're playing under that mech game. All of it's gone. All of it. It's all gone. That's some messed up stuff. But that's how real life, you die. You die. Yep. And you can eject, your mech will get destroyed, but you're still alive. As long as you eject out of there. They might get killed on the battlefield trying to get away from all that chaos, but you got out of the mech. That's all important. But if you don't remember, you'll pay for it. You will. I read that, I was like, oh my goodness. Tear came down my eye. That's the most realistic thing I've ever seen in my entire, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. I like the game Dying Light. Dying Light's actually a really good zombie game. It's a really good zombie game. Games that scare me like that, the zombie games that scare me, Dying Light was really scary, man. I had issues at nighttime, man. Running in and out of them dark freaking abandoned houses at nighttime. You never know what the freak was going to pop up at you. Oh, it just kept my heart racing all the time. I gotta go back to PC on that one too. Gotta get back to that game. I was on the second level with that thing. Yeah, that was a really, really good game. I like games like that, man. What was it? What was the game? Oh my God, I can't think of it. Freaking Left 4 Dead. Yeah, just the weird stuff that would pop up and jump on you. You would never see it coming. Really good zombie game. But I mean, if you're going to do another World War Z needs to be set and where it's majority dark. I want an area where it's like really dark. Flashlights. The catacombs are like that. If you don't have a flashlight, then you're lost in there. You have to have a flashlight to walk through the catacombs. We need areas like that. That's what we definitely need. And I want something before the aftermath. I want something in the middle of where it all breaks out. That would be amazing because there's so many things you can be killed by it. Falling airplanes and stuff, and total chaos, places exploding all around you, all kinds of stuff. You have a car that requires gas. If you want to get from A to B, and you have to earn money somehow, but the gas station, everybody's gouging money, things are through the roof. It has to be the same scenario. Anything can turn into a zombie at any given time. I want wild animals. We don't have any wild animals. Go in the woods, there's wild animals. Bears, there's everything in there waiting for you. That should be just like that. Birds and all that stuff. One of the things I liked about Gears of War are those crows. I don't know what those things were at the end of the day. I think they were black crows. And they would come out and would strip the flesh off of you. Oh my goodness, that was amazing. That was freaking amazing. Especially when you were on the train, and you had to travel sometimes outside the train, and they run inside the train, and those birds would come down and swarm down, and man, that was the best ever. How come we don't have any zombie fish? Put some jacked up stuff in the water. You have consequences. You can cross that river and there's something waiting for you, or you can basically go in the woods and basically face God knows whatever's waiting in there. Days Gone, amazing game. Freaking amazing game. You put a motorcycle in there, you gotta find and salvage gas. I'm going back into playing that today. That's a really good game too. I like games like that. What I like about Dying Light, very few weapons. That's what I like about it. You don't get tons and tons of machine guns and weapons and stuff like that. You have to scavenge for everything you get. I like that. Unless you play World War Z, you want to hunt down droves and droves and get unbelievable amounts of firepower. Anyway, I am in the video game world already in my head, as you can see. People sit there and say, well, how can you talk about this, but then talk about that? Because my brain switches off on that nonsense. I do what I have to do, and I'm done. I'm in my own world now. Go back into my own world. Now I'm thinking about stuff I want to do and things I want to design. That's what I want to do. I'm working on the desk right now. We're going to basically cyberpunk comic strip the entire desk with LED light systems and everything all through it. Everything's going to glow in the dark on it. Working on that next. So that's stuff I got to do in my head. I don't have time for that stuff. I say what I have to say and I move on. My brain goes off somewhere else. That's what it does. Other things to think about. I got 4 people going to let me use their property to advertise the screen. One guy, he's got this big, huge, I might just call it a mansion because it's close and it looks like that's what it looks like to me at the end of the day. It's huge. He wants to do a demonstration by his pool, so he's going to do a setup for us. The guy got the black yacht. He wants to do a wraparound screen. He's going to do a curved screen on a yacht. That's going to be sick. You got to do outer boxes because you can't have projectors sitting out there. Something splashes on there, jack it up. Yeah, I got some pretty cool people there, but they get the screen for free. I just need their property. That's all I need. You can have the screen. Just want the property. Do the demonstrations on. I got stuff I got to do. All right, I'm out of here, people. I'll go online, order what I need to put my giant screen together. I'm taking up the whole wall. And I got to go on Projector Central and see what ultra short though I'm going to need to basically max out the whole thing. Of course, it's going to be 720p because that's what we like to use. That being said, I hope you enjoy this at the end of the day. Well, I don't know how anyone can enjoy that part at the end of it because it's kind of jacked up that people are going to lose their freedom at the day and going to get sued over doing something that they could have literally avoided from the whole path. So, whatever. On that half, good luck to you guys at the end of the day. This is coming to. Other than that, I got to get back to work. I got things to do. See y'all later.